allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My yegun don't come, oh.
Or every organization that is organizing protest is definitely undermining the peace and unity of our dear country.
Speak to the people of Nigeria. Your crying is right. Your complaint of hardship is right. But is the solution found in carrying placard and lining the streets? Is the solution found in copying a country lesser than us? The references that are made today to Kenya and all the rest of them, they are smaller countries to Nigeria. We are giant of Africa. We must provide solution that is better and sustainable and lasting. That solution is not found in our children being killed on the street while protesting. It's not found in our raising placard. It's found in supporting the policies of government and understanding that these policies need time to begin to materialize. Moving, that we amend that prayer to include that members sacrifice maybe 50% of our salary for a period of 3 months or 6 months to help Nigerians and to show that we are in support.
I want to appeal to those that are instigating this protest, because I believe there are people behind this protest. It's not that people are just doing it by themselves. And I think DSS has to must work hard to find if they can lay a
Hello there. Morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us this moment. And yes, it is Mayegun live. Today, so good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you, or maybe just a welcome back, and good evening to the rest of us from wherever you are joining us this moment. It is Mayegun, and this is live for those who are watching it live. Tonight, we are going back to the man that ruffled the feathers of Kolu, and then the entire APC structure came down on him. Ali Ndume, Senator Ali Ndume. He has responded yesterday. We were all here watching when his colleagues were moving the motion to possibly sanction him more. APC already wrote a letter to get him removed as the chief whip of the Nigerian Senate. He said he's been offered another the chairmanship of another committee, and he rejected it. That this house is falling, and if nobody is paying attention, I do not want to be part of it. They said he had to come out and apologize for calling his colleagues kleptomaniacs, Khakistocrats, thiefnubu, and there is 48 thieves. And they said that was too much, and he's been everywhere in the last few months. He has responded with an extra banger too. That is where we are going to start this evening. Thank you so much. And let's go straight to the channel's studio. And the credit for this video goes to them as well. Ali Ndume.
Gentlemen of the press, good morning. In reaction to what has happened to me, I reviewed several times, from beginning to the end, the interview I granted. I also shared the interview I granted to friends, elders, leaders in this country to review and get back to me to tell me whether I have said anything that is not true or that is wrong in that interview. And unanimously, the people I shared with, and my conviction too, tells me that I did not do anything wrong. I did not say anything wrong. And therefore, I want to state that I stand by all my statements in the interview I granted. Secondly, the party that recommended to the Senate that I should be removed from being the chief whip of the Senate, I take that as an act of God, because if it is God that gave me that position, it is God that took it through APC, so I bear no grudges about that. After all, I did not contest to be the chief whip. I did not contest to be the vice chairman of appropriation committee. I contested to be the one of the senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And alhamdulillah, God granted me that victory. And I'm happy with God, what God has given to me. This morning I shared with you, I am an ardent follower, historical follower of a former famous American President Theodore Roosevelt. I want you to state the quote that I say, but briefly, it says, it is unpatriotic to stand by the president in whatever he does. It is patriotic to speak the truth to not only the president, but anybody for that matter. It is unpatriotic not to speak the truth to power or to anybody, and I still stand by that. In doing so, it is also known that in Hausa, let me put it in Hausa, that Allah yana tare da mai gaskiya. that God is always with the person that speaks the truth. So I know that I'm not wrong, the people are not wrong by speaking the truth and standing by the truth. And I pray that the president, who now I expect the message that I've gotten to him, to look at what I have said and take appropriate measures to eliminate the sufferings of the people. People are suffering. People are suffering. People are angry. People are not happy. I'm happy that yesterday the president agreed with NLC to increase the salary to 70,000 naira, which is a good move. But it takes more than that, because realistically, that is like a bag of rice, a money that will maybe buy a bag of rice or cover the cost of bag of rice. So I encourage, or I call on to the president to still open up and listen to the people. The president, I knew, had infiltrated access to people. If you go to Borderland, as I said, you will see, you will know from far whether he's here, there or not. If you go to Lagos House in Abuja, if he's in Abuja, on turning, you will know whether the president is there or not. I think he should think about that and get back to it. Then, on me leaving the party, I'm a founding member of APC. In fact, I can say I was in APC before the national chairman, because I'm a member of the NPDP that formed the APC, joined the coalition that formed the APC. And I did not do that just like that. It is in consultation with my people that I joined APC. We were the 22 senators that joined to form APC. We were called NPDP then. And if you check history and look at the list of the senators, my name is number 21 out of 22. That was because I initially did not want to join APC because of some people that are in the coalition. But I use this word, ordered by Buhari and current President Tinubu to sign to join the
nuisance lele.
So that is where he's trying to kind of exonerate himself and everyone who cares to observe very well. All right. This is their number one. It is their 2027 move. And also, if Nigeria lasts till 2027, that is if Nigeria lasts too. It is their 2027 move. But with what he himself is seeing on the horizon, they know they can no longer control a lot of their usual mob from northern Nigeria. They have it. So if everything blows up, Alaye is trying to tell all of you, it's like a SOS call. Okay? See, I'm on your side. It's because of, if I wanted to join them, I mean, if I wasn't on your side, I will be with them and I will be chopping with them. Remember, I spoke out. I'll let him finish. He has a story to tell. But the part where he said, saying the truth is actually patriotism, you know, that is true. I'm not talking about him now. Like somebody said, like, is it now that you want to start, speaking the truth when you no longer have access? Abi? So maybe he doesn't qualify to say it, but that word, calling out the criminals, speaking up and not covering up all of their criminal actions, policies, activities, and the rest of that. It's actually it's an act of patriotism. That is why they have now criminalized that. You either join them to praise them, so they now turn it into, like Edward Snowden said, when exposing a crime is treated as committing a crime, you are being ruled by criminals. Nigeria and Nigerians, you are being ruled by criminals. But let's get back to it. The coalition, new PDP, continue. Ndume.
APC in Imo government lodge, and it was Rochas Okorocha who was hosting us that was sent to summon me to Imo government lodge, where Buhari came with the list and asked me to sign. Tinubu was sitting there, I was sitting there, only the three of us were called aside to sign. So I'm not a new member. I didn't join APC just like that. It was in consultation with my people that I joined APC. I take his advice and I will get across to my people. I am here in Maiduguri, as you know, because I'm bereaved, and I did not issue immediate statement because I didn't want to show or overreact on what has happened. Lastly, on me being removed from being chairman of appropriation committee, still the appropriation committee was given to me not because I was desperate about it. No, it was because I was begged to accept the position of chief whip, knowing fully that I led the campaign for emergence of Akpabiole as the Senate president, and I was begged to choose whichever committee I want to be the vice chairman, and I chose appropriation in order to stand for my people and make sure that there is justice in whatever they do. So it's not like I'm desperate. They have been removed, and I learned, because nobody wrote to me, that I've been given chairman of tourism. I want to state here that I beg to decline or to reject the offer for 2 reasons or 3. 1, you must do something that you are not interested. I'm not a tourist. I don't have visa to any country as I'm speaking to you now, because I don't travel a lot. I have never been to China, I have never been to India, I have never been to France. In fact, I have never been, except America that I schooled and London that I used to go, but even that, I cannot remember going any of these countries for the last 10 years or more. So I'm not interested in accepting the Committee on Tourism for the 2 reasons I told you. I'm inexperienced in that. I'm not, I don't know anything. I'm not knowledgeable about tourism. So I would, if any, prefer to remain as an ordinary member so that I can learn about tourism and something like that. Besides, I have committees already that I'm contented with, so I want them to note that I'm not interested. And finally, I want to call on the numerous supporters to remain calm, be law-abiding, and also pray for this government. Pray for Nigeria, and pray for the country. We are passing through the most difficult time in the history of this country, especially when it touches on, lack of, because there is the World Food Program. I've said that there's going to be scarcity, there's going to be hunger, and already these indices have shown, even now, Nigeria is ranked as one of the countries that is top on food insecurity, with over 38 million that are facing food insecurity. And that is in addition to the insecurity of Boko Haram, banditry, kidnapping, and separatists in the southeast that we are facing. So Nigerians need to pray. Nigerians need to support the government in whatever way, so that if the president or the government succeeds, we will be better off. If it fails, the poor masses will be the first victim. I want to thank you for your time. So many people have called upon me to go to court, to take my case to court, because due process have not been followed in meting out punishment to me. As I said before, I depend on God. I believe in Allah. I've already, and He already has taken note of this, so I'm not going to go to court. I leave this issue in the court of Almighty Allah. That is all I can say about people, and please, they should believe in God. It is God that does everything. Even if I go to court, it is God that will decide the outcome of the case. So I don't want to waste my time going to court. I leave the case, my case, in the hands of Almighty Allah. APC.
Nuisance lele.
I mean, like, when you hear how many of you kind of try to count how many times he called God in that interview? I counted it, but I don't know if I counted it all. The video is 10 minutes long, so I cut it into 2. Okay? In the entire 10 minutes press release, right? He mentioned God 23 times. Yeah. You know, God gave me, it's only God. God knows, and God, and 23 times. And all of that is just to pretty much just say everything that happened, God. No, that's not God. And that's what they do. Then he told people to pray and ask God to help them to help thiefnubu, because only God and God, God and God, God, in the mouth of a Nigerian politician. Okay? So like I said, he's trying to kind of stay alone. No, I don't want any committee again. In fact, I want to be an ordinary member, so that then the people that removed him, they too have their own, they have their own suspicion too. And they are not slacking, because they kind of believe that there is something some people are cooking in northern Nigeria, and with the other sort of narratives that they have already thrown into the public, like some political losers, or some politicians from northern Nigeria are the ones organizing the protest simply because they want to make Tinubu's government ungovernable, not because Nigeria is sinking and Nigerians are hungry. Okay? Meanwhile, others are saying, oh, these were the same people that prevented their people from joining the protest against the Ensas protest at the time, and they were using their clerics as well to spread different misinformation. So now that they seem to have lost the control of their clerics on these people, they are still not being believed that they are not going to, they are not behind the mobilization for this next protest. Others have said, maybe there is something they know that we don't know, as the reactions towards this planned protest compared to what you have had in the past seem to have to be a unanimous, I wanted to say unanimous sort of reaction. They are already calling, this is the people that chased Ndume away, because he was supposed to be one of them. Then he wants to start acting like Oli. Okay? So the same guys are already in a sort of a meltdown, like a panic mode. Because I have been seeing reactions And most of the reactions that are coming from those who are supposed to be the authority, including the politicians in Nigeria, their reactions towards what Nigeria is and what Nigeria is about to become, which the likes of Ndume, as like I said, seeing whatever others are not seeing, and there is, quietly, distancing himself and telling the world that I'm on your side, right? So whatever he's seeing that they are not seeing, somehow people like him will be taken care of. And their reaction is pretty much that of people who are having a mental breakdown. Okay? Check your screen. From most of what I have gathered, right? When it comes to these protests that you have been hearing about, there are demands. None of these demand is threatening anything like violence. Okay? None. 10 demands among so many other demands that people want to push. Okay? 10 of them are printed on flyers and they are everywhere. None. I'm giving you time to read through them. None is threatening violence. But on the floor of their Senate, you see that video I played from the beginning? That's part of that meltdown. But here is what some snippet from northern Nigeria, from, the northerners, especially the Sharia North, from the Middle Belt as well. People are saying, we will surprise those who believe they used to have the power to control us, blah, blah, blah. Listen.
Let's keep synergizing so that we know how we are going. We'll be hearing from both sides, because I think that's the main thing that is worrying them, because now no one is listening to region. We are all Nigerians first, before our regions, before our states, and that's their most important problem. That's what is keeping them up at night, and we need this to continue. We are all brothers, please. They've already succeeded, but I think this time around, everyone has realized that Nigeria is first and foremost. So we should keep this energy of synergy, and then we can plan properly and push this thing to the highest limit. And God willing, we will achieve what we come out for. I yield. Thank you all.
But they owe to make sure that they put religion in between us. But thank God we're able to make sure that we destroy that. Because this country, I always tell people, we don't have anywhere than this country. This is the only country we have as Nigerians. Anywhere you go, you are a Nigerian. If you like, be a Muslim. If you like, be a Christian. If you like, be an Igbo. If you like, be an Hausa. If you like, be an Yoruba. Be anything. You don't have anywhere than Nigeria. This is the only identity you have. And if we did not stand to make sure where we are, we cannot be in our country and become slaves. That is the truth. We need to be talking. And this unity is the best thing. If we are not united, gentlemen and ladies, we can never go anywhere. This unity is the first thing, and I'm happy I'm seeing this unity. This unity makes me very, very happy, because that is the first thing, unity. Forget about anywhere anybody come from. Unity. This is green, white, green. After unity, when you achieve whatever you want, they can decide to whatever, change whatever, because we are the one now growing. We are the one that will start having children. We are to make the place peaceful for our children, and children coming. If we don't stand now, we are going to continue to remain slaves. That is the truth. This protest, we have to come out. We have to come out. And gentlemen, let me tell you one thing. I always tell people, death, I can die anywhere. Anything can happen to me anywhere. That is the truth. I believe anything that happened to me anywhere, I know that it will happen that time and that moment. So I'm not scared of anything. We are coming out to protest. We are coming out to protest because enough is, you can imagine they are sending 20 trucks of rice. to a state. Now, 23, how many people are they going to give? How many people are they going to give the rice? Who are the people that will get the rice? Are we chicken beggars in our own country? Then somebody will be earning millions. We are not looking for much. Just make sure we have conducive. We know that.
Let's keep synergizing so that we know.
Some, I just have to like cut few I could just bring out to you. And those conversations, I know a lot of you probably don't even see where they are happening. And then you begin to see the number of people that were plugging in and listening in, participating. That's how you do mobilization these days. Most of the announcements, the dates you are hearing, these are coming from some of this. This is 2024, 21st century, right? Where the tool for mobilization, where you can mobilize millions of people and raise millions of dollars in supporting that your cause until you achieve what you want to achieve. Your device. And that is why a lot of this conversation, sometimes when you listen to them, they can sound cringy, especially to people like us who I don't feel comfortable around the unity beggars. We are brothers and sisters. We are one. We have no other country. We have this or that. Even if by the reality or by what we have, right, you are right. But that doesn't make us brothers and sisters. But when we're having a conversation like this, you just have to pretend and say, okay, yes, we are all brothers and sisters. There is no Yoruba, there is no Hausa, there is no Igbo. Are you sure? Okay, go on. So we must come together and be one brothers and fight these people. Because our future, when we now fight them and we get what we want, we can now decide how we want to, coexist. Okay, yeah, you're making sense. That kind of a thing, right? That time, then you have to kind of pretend that you are not cringy. Okay? To listen to a unity beggar. We must be united. We are one. We are lovers. No, we're not. But we can be united because we have one common enemy. And that is the elite and the political class. Now that is fear, that kind of that will cut it for me. It's okay, yeah, I'm listening. Go on, I'm listening. So we need to deal with them. But if we remain divided, and these people, because we are divided, we can't come together. So they appear that they are stronger than us. Now look at what they are doing to us. They can get away with anything. We need to come together and stop that. So, okay, yeah. That, in that context, right? If you use we, I can manage it and say, okay, let's go, let's do it. Because even those guys inside their their thing is where they have there's many prisons that they have constructed for themselves with your money. They can feel it, and they are calling to their DSS to please look for these people. Some said they should arrest you. Others said they will kill you. Another one said they should pick you up and negotiate with you. Where do you think they are getting all of that from? They are getting them from the real people who are already, they can't keep it to themselves anymore, right? They are already at the verge of that explosion. And I can't wait to see it happen.
Or every organization that is organizing protest is definitely undermining the peace and unity of our dear country.
Speak to the people of Nigeria. Your crying is right. Your complaint of hardship is right. But is the solution found in carrying placard and lining the streets? Is the solution found in copying a country lesser than us? The references that are made today to Kenya and all the rest of them, they are smaller country to Nigeria. We are giant of Africa. We must provide solution that is better and sustainable and lasting. That solution is not found in our children being killed on the street while protesting. It's not found in our raising placard. It's found in supporting the policies of government and understanding that these policies need time to begin to materialize. Moving, that we amend that prayer to include that members sacrifice maybe 50% of our salary for a period of 3 months or 6 months to help Nigerians and to show that we are in support.
I want to appeal to those that are instigating this protest, because I believe there are people behind this protest. It's not that people are just doing it by themselves. And I think DSS must work hard to find if they can at least be able to scout and get those people that are instigating or the leaders of these protests so that they can dialogue, we can dialogue with them. Let's talk to them. There is no any meaningful achievement in any world without peaceful coexistence. And Mr. Speaker, we know that the hunger is so very much that we just have to do something about it. We cannot tell them not to come and protest when we don't tell them what we intend to do. We have to have a program. We have to tell them that really Nigeria or country is going to do something about this. Today I saw Mr. Speaker, Mr. President must work hard to find if they can at least be able to scout and get those people that are instigating or the leaders of these protests so that they can dialogue, we can dialogue with them. Let's talk to them.
Or every organization that is organizing protest is definitely.
I mean, I can't wait to see crooks like that on the run, like running from you when you will go for them. You see the National Assembly? You don't need much. Just between 10 and 15,000 people. They are enough. When they see you coming, you don't need 1 million. Abuja, you don't need what? You don't even need 100,000. If you have like 10, 15,000 and moving like that, tomorrow, for example, weekend, people like that will pick their race. They will run. They are relying on the established protocol of violence. And they are speaking in a condescending way to you. Okay. I've got two things I want to share next. The first one is going to be what you can call the aftermath of their meeting yesterday when they decided on 70,000 minimum wage. See that woman that has all this heavy makeup on is the Nigerian Minister of Labor. I know some of you don't even know the Minister of Labor of Nigeria. Do you want me to confess? I don't even know her name. But let's go to after the meeting yesterday from the Minister of Misinformation. There's a reason I bring you this extended sort of interview, because this is where they started talking about what they believe will be the incentives of the 70,000 minimum wage. And hang on, no, I just remember I should say this before I forget, right? You see this minimum wage of 70,000 naira. The calculation just simply means that you have received the 0.04% increase in your salary. So an example is this. Let's say you were earning 100,000 naira before. With this new minimum wage, which is wage increase on its own, you are going to begin to earn something around 140 to 145,000. Yeah. So if you are earning 200,000, now you'll be earning 86,000. So you can do the maths like that, do the additions like that, okay? But the minimum you can earn in Nigeria now is going to be $43, 70,000 naira. And this were them after the agreement yesterday evening. Please listen.
Nigeria is the winner for it all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So please, we'd like to have you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Today has actually come very well for all Nigerians because at least we see an end in sight. Mr. President assured all Nigerians that he's their president and would not disappoint, and he has shown that this afternoon. Recall that Labour saw Mr. President last week, and they asked that you should give them 1 week to consult more. And of course, at the end of the day, the consultation came very fruitful because Mr. President said he has to be a father, that it's not issue of law, who is right or who will blink the first, that he is our father, like he always said, that we should end the issue of give me 1,000 and add 1,000 and all that. That first and foremost, that the review of this minimum wage policy has to be reduced to 3 years. That is 5 years is too long a time to get any minimum wage review. That is not very wealthy. And of course that Labour should look at the indices of the economy and accept 70,000 naira minimum wage, and of course that it has to be reviewed every three years, not more than that, of course, so that we're able to evaluate and see whether our economy is picking up or whether something has to be done further, considering the sensitivity of the issue. And of course, he promised and asked that the Minister of Finance, coordinating economy and budget and the economic planning should make sure that they go back to books, because he has the discretion to look into of NASU, ASU, and SANU and all that, and so that their money should be paid, and they should work out the modalities, whether it's 50% or whatever, but that he has given that waiver to be paid, because of course that it's issue of no work, no pay, and that should has to be led to rest. And apart from that, I believe other things that was discussed was President reassuring Nigerians that he's not going to rest. He is working diligently to make sure that our economy recovers. That has to be taken into consideration, that he's not going to joke with the economy and welfare of Nigerians.
Just for clarity, did you say the president touched on the issue of the ongoing protest by some?
That's why he said that they should, the Minister of Finance, Education was there, and then economic planning, budget and economic planning should go and work out the modalities to pay their money.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do you understand anything she said at all? Huh? That is the Nigeria's Minister of Labour. So, let's hear from the Labour leaders themselves. What if Tinubu told them, and maybe they will be able to explain it better. Not that they can, but let's listen to them.
Let's move forward a bit. Absolutely.
Yeah, from your own, the way you looked at it, what transpired, how do you translate everything? Look at the camera, please.
Well, we were here last week, and we are here now. What they have announced in terms of the amount of 70,000 happen to be where we are now. So now, but the good thing about it is that we will not wait for another 5 years to come and review. Rather than accepting on a figure that you wait for 5 years, it's like you have to now negotiate even 2 times within 5 years with a view to going up. That is one of the reasons, why we decided to reach where we are today, because of the proviso that, you can review in the next 3 years. The other one, we came with other issues in the basket, like the issue of Sanu, Nasu, and others, especially with that front by the Commission of Police, FCT. We brought it to Mr. President and talked on the need, for that matter to be addressed. And magnanimously, he asked the agencies concerned to work out the modalities for the payment of those people, those workers in the universities sector. So far, that's where we are. So we need to, although he promised some incentives, like the CNG, whatever, which will lessen the burden that the Nigerian workers are passing through. But you can see that we are taking this, with mixed feeling because of the situation of the economy. But we have to move ahead, despite the situation. And the negotiation can linger, coming from 62 to 70. And then with the promise that we'll come back soon to negotiate it. We are taking it back to our constituency to see how we can get a buy-in. So that's what has transpired this afternoon, except there's another question.
To see whether that means you can't say you have.
Can I interject at this point? We will not allow thieves to speak. Then we take questions. So
yes,
please, we need to move a bit.
Look straight to the camera.
Okay.
So just please go ahead.
Yes, just as been said by the 3 previous speakers, the Minister of Information, Minister of State Labor, as well as the NLC President. They've laid the account of what transpired in today's meeting. The President made a pronouncement of 70,000 naira that by next week that they should put finishing touches and do the transmission to the National Assembly. But why this became a catch, because we from organized labor, we have been pushing that the issue of 5 years review is too much, that a lot of economic indices may have changed, because we are in an era where things are moving very fast in terms of both macro and microeconomic policies. But with also the caveat that this is going to be done every 3 years, 3 years, the next review will be 3 years. And after that pronouncement, we from Labour, just has been said that, well, we have received what the President has promised from both ends. And as he has said that, well, we made a case for both the Sanu and Sanu and Nasu. We made a case for them that the President should, as a father of the nation, should look at it compassionately and do so that we'll not have a case where universities will be closed again. That is actually a problem, because it's the children, your brothers, my brothers, are attending these universities. I'm not sure that the kids of the bourgeois, like those standing behind us, whether they attend these universities, we don't know. So after that appeal, the President actually said that they are going to, the Minister of State Labor and Minister of Information. At the end, he said he was going to look at it and they should report back to him, as has been reported. So we are quite excited with that, because for us, anything that we keep the university shut down, we will not allow it to happen. We do everything possible to ensure that the issues are resolved amicably. So we are waiting for the final outcome of that. So that is how the meeting went. Then also, the issue of student loan as well. We also, we commended the president for that. But we said that the money should get to the people that are targeted. The student loan, that it should get to those that are targeted, not a situation where the children of the rich are the one who are also able to access the student loans. The parameters must be put in place so that the children of the poor, those that cannot actually afford school fees, should be the target. And they also said they will look at that as well. I think generally those were what sorry, by CNG buses transferred in the meeting. Thank you.
My colleagues, these remarks have been deep and insightful enough. We'll just give you 2 opportunities to ask questions for clarification.
You have taken it from here and we are running with it.
The leadership of Labour don't occupy absolute powers. We have our constituents. The National Executive Council meeting.
Let's move forward a bit.
I don't know. I mean, it's like somebody that they kind of had a gun behind him. Share you get from 250,000 naira down to 70,000 naira. Why was he jumpy like that? And the issue of student loan and Sano and Nasu, like, come on, what could be wrong? So later that night, that evening, Ajero phoned in on a channel's news, and then he said and explained why they had to settle for 70,000 naira. I shared this earlier.
It has been a running battle between all tiers of government that were supposed to equally participate in the process. While we were even negotiating, comments and fights from the states who say they can't even pay 60 was there. Comments from states that are still paying 18,000 has been there. Now, the issue of revenue in the last minute, of this discussion with the president equally came up, and accepting 70,000 was the best way to make sure that we save Nigerians from further hardship. At the last week meeting, the president brought a proposal. I will give you guys 250 if you allow me to equally increase the pump price of petroleum products. And we said, no, we need to go and consult. Today, we went there to tell him, no, the labor movement can make sacrifices without allowing Nigerians to suffer further on the increase on pump price of petroleum products. We equally looked at it that within 5 years, instead of dragging for 5 years, we are still going to have another negotiation before the end of the present administration, thereby negotiating 2 times within 5 years. And by that time, we need to equally move higher based on the situation of the moment. Now, there are equally other incentives, although those ones are promissory notes, but we need to follow them up that made us to anchor this on something. Now, in the history of negotiation, either here or elsewhere,
so Tinubu gave them promissory notes. He said once the economy starts improving, he will call them again and he will give them something. Shore and others have rejected the offer on behalf of the labor. But here is what how Shehu Kuti reacted after hearing that they will settle for 70,000.
If we young people want to protest again, right? The last one I want to talk for this live.
And it's also for you those who want to protest, including labor.
If we young people want to protest again, right? The last one I want to talk for this live. Shame on Nigerian workers. I repeat, our papa, these fathers, we, the fathers and mothers, shame on all of you. Shame on all the civil servants. How many times we, the children of this country, are protesting, fighting NSAS. Now the children are still organizing again to go and protest on the streets to lay their life. Aba women protested, right? Enugu coal miners protested. Abeokuta women protested, right? Nothing really changed, but it was the beginning of something. Those protests, what did they really do? They inspired the civil service, the working class. The Nigerian Labour Union was founded under Mike Imodu, the late Pa Mike Imodu, based on the energies of this protest, seeing that their people cannot survive. They used to call it in COLA that time, cost of living allowance. That was the beginning when these workers contact join their people to increase the cost, increase the cost of living allowance. That was the beginning of the struggle against colonialism. Pa Imodu used that to show solidarity with the coal miners, with the Aba women, with the Abeokuta women. The professionals of Nigeria went on a general strike. Without that general strike, there's no way our protests can make sense, because the general strike is what affects the capitalist in the place he respects the most, in his pocket. But the workers of Nigeria, the parents of these children, are the worst enemies of their own children. Because regardless of what we are doing in this country to say make this country move forward, these people will still go to work. Now they blame the protesters. Nigeria needs a general strike for at least 1 month. Nigeria needs 1 month of general strike. Shut everything down. Make this government hear word. Make this elite hear word. Make them face everybody. Make the negotiations they happen for here. No matter how we protest, as long as there's no general strike, where the money is still being made in their pockets, their children are still flying up and down, all these their business are still opening, giving them money, they're not going to send. When will the workers of Nigeria align with the people? We're not going to call protest for fuel. Small things. We say no this. No. They say don't count. Let me say they're not going to fix the fuel matter. They say last one a minimum wage. They say they protest. Government never fix minimum wage. They don't call off protest, strike. They don't call strike off. Why strike in the first place? Why strike? Fake strike. Strike to negotiate money in your own personal pocket. Strike to stay relevant in the consciousness of the people, like you are doing something while you are actually betraying them.
You get that? So there are these your parents, they are the civil servants. They are the ones who will tell you, or kind of tell you how poorly they are paid and why they deserve better. When it is time to take down the establishment, take down the system, they will ask you to be patient and wait on God. Like this.
By the Holy Ghost, for the very end also. Jesus. Nobody tata. And they broke weekend. They threw no more. You open up. And I put him. I gave a blame. I just have here. From today, I was here. I got my phone off. People got phone off. Who I can't phone off. Today, by prayer, by force. J-E-S-U-S. By the Holy Ghost. What do you pray also? Jesus. No what you got. What you have to see in America. But all I don't do. Not go Marco. Who what you got? You can tag on Maria. We are going to country. We are Jesus. Ghost, go. By the Holy Ghost. No, you are shoot through. Can I hear fire? You say you can. You say you can. Hold on, what I got you now. When you are given that is sleep, you don't get back. I was here. Need to get to them. I'm going to and I get fire. Guy got the last one. Kato go in the Kato taking in it. They get that show that I don't want to go singing at all. Why Ghana Hagata, if I know that I hang up one after. When I was shop, go to a shop, yeah. If I know that I shop out to say no. When I wear business finance today, if I know that I don't be the was singing at all. Somebody give me J. E. S. U. S. He's not. By the Holy Ghost! What do you know about Unum? Now, again, now, one sound. Amen. That's the about
Alpha.
Yeah. Oh, they actually make it out with candle. I told you to cancel that phone. I told you to come out of family. I put it on. What's this?
Hey. Alpha. Let's go. Amara Chukwu
I wanted you to see the pastor. They were praying against all of that, and they had to call Jesus, okay? And they were beating up at the problem. Every problem that you are praying against, you beat it up and beat it up. I just wanted you to see the face of the guy doing all of that. So your children are about to hold the criminals responsible for all of this. They are about to hold them responsible. So the ideal thing is for all of now, maybe the mothers, the parents, okay, to join them. Nobody say stay at home. Join them. Okay, join your children, because you are also, you're part of supposedly you're part of the victims. So you'll be enabling them when you cower away, and instead of facing your problems, the people behind your problems, you decided to possibly turn to some God to do it for you. And then you would want your children not to want to do it too. Like, hey, stay away, and all of that. They are everywhere. You see them on WhatsApp right now. They are forwarding messages that they are forwarded to them to warn their children and stay away. You know what I mean? So they also did what they call the show of force in Lagos today, to let all of you know that you may not be safe even in the traffic in Lagos. But whenever they hear that people are going to come out, there's going to be a protest, then you will know that you have enough policemen who actually really dress nice. So they did that today, and they also have vehicles who have fuel. So they did some show of power across Lagos today. They said they were showing the Lagosians that they will be fine. They should not worry about anything. Police will protect you. No, somebody should protect the people from the police. Because that is what is about to happen, right? The show of force. Did you hear the song? War in a Babylon. War in a Babylon. I think is that not what they're singing? Just so you know that they are telling you that they are ready for war. So those of you who know, I have said this before, and I'll say it again. You don't have to take my advice. It is becoming real that there is actually going to be a protest in Nigeria from the north to the south. And after 2 days, it's going to become something bigger. If you want to join this, it is ideal for you to, kind of hit yourself up. Okay? Yeah, I mean, precaution. It is called precaution. Hit yourself up. Follow instructions as given by those who are likely going to be directing the whole thing. Like you will see people there, they'll be telling you, please don't go there, don't go there. You know what I mean? So these are their demands once again, printed in black, white, and red. Okay. The demands are, they said, immediate reversal of fuel price, electricity tariff, and import taxes to previous prices, as at May 27th, 2023, which is impossible for these guys. And protests can't really do that. Revolution will, but don't worry. Immediate release of all NSAS protesters and immediate payment of compensation to all victims of Lekki massacre. Now you're talking. Immediate increase of minimum wage. Increasing the salary of teachers, police, military, lecturers, and other civil servants, right? Immediate total reversal of all fees, payments, and utility increment for students as at May 27, 2023. Immediate implementation of Justice Uwe's report on electoral reform, electronic voting system, and transmission to IRF must be mandatory. Immediate call down of government and National Assembly spending, 50% reduction on all National Assembly members' salaries and allowances, not salary alone, no, allowances, with a total scrap of hardship allowance, furniture allowance, newspaper allowance, wardrobe allowance, recess allowance, entertainment allowance, motor vehicle allowance, and vehicle maintenance allowance. Immediate, genuine, and honest implementation of the Oronsaye report. That's old. Who included this in this demand? Oronsaye report is nonsense. Nobody should even be referring to it anymore. Okay? Just cut down and cut off all these duplicated agencies and the rest of them, and that you have it. List them out, name them. Immediate judicial reform and judicial audit. All right. All awaiting trial inmates for non-violent crimes incarcerated for over 6 months must be immediately tried accordingly or tried accordingly. But this one makes sense. Immediate constitutional conference. Yes, I like that. I always like this. The 1999 constitution must be reformed. No, it must be trashed. The 2014 constitutional conference report must be adopted. No, it must not be adopted. Who are the hell? Okay. That's rubbish. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. A brand new one where people will decide if they still want to be part of this contraption or not. And a constitution written according to that agreement. Yeah? It's nothing called 2014 or 1999 or whatever. Immediate management, what's that? Audit of all agencies and NNPC to immediately reveal and eradicate ghost work. Shut up, man. You don't need all this immediate reform nonsense, okay? Listen. Number one, sack everybody inside the NNPC. Reverse all this your NNPLC nonsense that they are doing. Arrest everybody that is there And everyone whose name appear as part of the board of the NNPCL or wherever, right? Arrest all of them straight up. No charges, straight to jail. We'll talk about them after the revolution, right? Sack all of your ministers, all of them, and everybody working with them. And then arrest all of everyone appointed as ministers of thiefnubu, put in chains and arrested. Straight up. Then we have to draw a list. Okay? We have to draw a list of everyone who has been a minister from 1999 in Nigeria. Okay? You have to draw a list. Any of them that is still alive, you have to draw a list. We have to begin to pick them up one by one. Okay? So it's a long one, though. I'm just saying, you really want to shake down the entire tree. Shake the entire tree and shake it and let all the leaves actually feel it. No negotiation, no nothing. Demand met, period. Sack and arrest all of these guys parading themselves as thiefnubu's ministers. Find all of those who are Bokwari's minister. Arrest all of them. Arrest Bokwari, arrest Oshibade, arrest Lawan. And I have my reason for asking you to arrest all of these people. Arrest Bokwari's wife. Arrest all of his children. All of Bokwari's children. Arrest all of them. Arrest Igbere Jolantan. Arrest his wife. Arrest all their children. I know what I'm saying, Even a family member of Igbere Jolantan, they had to kind of clear him at some point. I said, okay, no, he didn't steal any money. He should be let go. Wherever you see Obasanjo, arrest him. And then, when you begin to pick them up that way, right, to negotiate for their freedom, it will depend on what they are willing to give back. Any former president, state governor still alive or dead, arrest them, arrest their wives. You can round all these people up, honestly, and you'll be so surprised at how much you are going to get back from them. Don't touch thiefnubu for now. No. He will be the one to do all of that order. Akpabiole and the rest of them, now go arrest them by yourself. With a wiki, now not supposed to arrest them by yourself. It is going to be a revolution. It's not going to be a protest. But the protest part is actually to first tell them what you want them to do. And after that, it's going to become a revolution. Ronukus are gathering in Lagos. I have a message for you again. There is nobody inciting any protest in Nigeria. You are just so unfortunate human beings. See what is going on inside that contraption? The insensitivity of these rogues. Are they not enough for you to even at least ask them to do the right thing? But you are more concerned that people are going to come and destroy properties. They are going to burn this or that. You must not let them do that. They will burn you when they are burning those properties, okay? You'll be burnt as part of that, the properties they will burn. If you are so certain that they are coming to burn properties, not coming to burn thiefnubu, burn everybody associated with this contraption as we speak. You are sounding like you are patriotic Nigerians. We must defend this Nigeria. We must not let anybody... And the people are ready. You are waiting. Some of you will not do anything until you are paid to do it. You are not patriotic about Nigeria, Kokon. We know that. There is none of you that's going to organize yourself and mobilize yourself and say you want to go and die for Nigeria by fighting people who stand up to protest against. No. If they don't pay una no they go anywhere. Now Naira be your what do you call it? Your Naira is where you have your patriotism and your luri bruku dede. You know my own prayer. There's nobody sponsoring anything. There's nobody calling for anything. People are really tired. If they are really tired, if they come out, even you will join them. We know it. There's nobody that's going to stand up and say he won't fight or defend Nigeria on behalf of these Olori Buku criminals that you call your dealers. Nobody is going to come back and lead anything. I have seen different rooms where they were entertaining themselves, telling themselves, those people abroad. It's those frustrated people abroad that are promoting, they are inciting. No. People who are promoting the protest in Nigeria. They are in Nigeria with you. Some of you, the Ronukus, Ronu Nazis, Abobakus, bad stats, right? You know those who are telling you that if Numbunko na single one time ago too, and the protest will start in the north, and there's nothing anybody can do. You as Shiiris cannot mention them. You would rather go and look for easy target, either looking for the Igbos that said something, or somebody in the diaspora. It's all those people in diaspora. They are the ones who are telling people to go and say they are suffering. I don't know if some of you have noticed. Wherever this Sharia not, I don't know. I mean, I have noticed it several times. Okay. Let's assume everyone is talking here now. Okay. A typical Ronu Nazi. Let's say a Ronuku, an Igbo, Hausa, and Fulani. Or then a Jaw. So put these 5 people together. Just pay attention, okay? Put these 5 people together. Say, this is a Ronuku. This is an Igbo. Here is Hausa. And then there you have a Fulani. Right? So let's say maybe an Ijo. This is Ronuku here. Very loud, ignorant, mostly illiterate. All right? Ignorant and confused. He will be screaming at these two. This Igbo here, Ijo here. He will be screaming ignorantly, stupidly here. Yeah? He'll be telling you how much they hate them. He'll be jumping from here to here, making different mouth. We will deal with you. In this country, we are. Then the moment this Hausa says, my friend, shut up your mouth. We will show to you that we are the one that decide who become what and what in this country. He will quickly move back. Yeah. He won't say anything again. Now, when this Fulani now says, now so that they do, all this Yoruba people, he won't say much. Now, if he decided to kind of feel angry, I mean, if he wants to show that, no, I'm not just going to keep quiet. Now, he won't say anything. Remember, now when this Igbo started laughing, when this Igbo starts laughing, start laughing and say, ha 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 ha, look, see him, he's no longer talking, oh yeah, come and talk. And this Ijo is here and be like, that one is not even saying anything. That is when you see this Ronuku, Yoruba Ronukus. He will now say, if you now replying the Fulani and Hausa now, you hear things like, if you think you can use this your northern Nigeria to take over power and take power back to the north, we will just break up. Nigeria might break up in the end. They're not born and well to talk to these two. I don't know why. I'm not saying Yorubas, because some of you have seen them. You think Yorubas are this or that. Ronukus don't represent the Yorubas. Ronukus are the Omoales of Yoruba land. Look at their traits. Look at everything about them. Ronukus are the low self-esteemed Yorubas. Okay? The ones that always wishes that someone else's thing should have been his for no reason. Ronukus, lazy, lousy, ignorant, mostly illiterate, and very loud. lousy. So they have low self-esteem. Even within Yoruba land, they have to categorize them to make themselves feel better. They have to say they have to categorize Yorubas by birth, by blood. This is their weak, low self. You see them online and you think that's how Yoruba. No, Yorubas are not like that. No. Ronukus are ass lickers. They are bad start in Yoruba land. They don't care about anywhere. If they fool and if you tell them, Omo, then kill 3 Yoruba Obas. Fulani kill 3 Yoruba Oba in 5 days. See. Ronukus. They became deaf and dumb. They say, Ronu, Batify. They don't kill 3 Yoruba Oba. What is your own? What is your own? We prefer the Fulani to kill us than the Igbos to come and dominate us. That is the trait of Ronukus. They don't represent Yorubas. They don't care about Yoruba. No. They have so much low self-esteem that this backward, archaic people are calling themselves progressives. We are the progressives. We are Yoruba conservative. Like I said, they are mostly illiterate, very loud. But when they see their supposed Fulani Hausa masters, they coward. Don't talk like that. El-Rufaya's son called Sam, what is that guy's that guy in the nation, thiefnubu's the nation, Maseye, Sam Maseye, Abina Ramo Maseye. El-Rufaya's son called him a useless, beggarly, ass-licking old man. Do you know what the Ronukus did? Well, it's okay, Jari Belu. Don't mind him. See, don't mind him. That article is very, 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 very disturbing. Ronukus, they beg him. And when you see a Ronuku that is angry, a Ronuku that, Abobaku, they are called on the Nigerian Army, DSS, to kill Sunday Igboho for asking for Yoruba nation. The same Ronukus, we don't get anything to say. Once they see the Hausa Fulani that jumped in, and they just be like, we just break up Nigeria. When it doesn't believe in Yoruba nation, they believe in the crumb that Nigeria has to offer them. So I have seen them a lot of time. Okay? And right now, they are among those who are telling you that there will be no protest here. They never chop. Some of them never chop. But social media. So it is right, it is patriotism for you to speak the truth, to speak out, because your truth, you're standing up to save the life of millions, including the lives of the Alaye Bajes, the unfortunate souls that continue to defend them, the ones that are waiting to be paid so that they can hit the streets, and then they come and attack you. Listen to me. If you see them, don't run from them. That's what I'm saying. Coordinate yourselves. The moment they see the number themselves, everybody would have to find their level. These are the guys that will never do anything. Okay? They will never do anything without being paid. They can make all the mouth. In fact, the ones that are currently doing the social media banditry, Facebook adsmen right now, they won't do it if they are not paid. Okay? Right now, they are already rolling out money for them to intimidate you, to threaten you, to blackmail you, to mislead you, do everything they can to dissuade you from participating in that, revolution. Nobody needs to tell you to. Nobody needs to encourage or incite you. Or you are worried of losing everything you currently have. You will join them. You will. So they need to give those ones who are going to physically come and attack you. Alaye, once you see them that they don't move their thugs and everything, you say, make una self find yourself some Apola 2x2, 2x4. Anyone that you can find, get yourselves, defend yourselves. Okay? We go to do more butter. Hey, no. You won't spoil me, spoil straight away. Or sure you get. Let some people paid 1,000 naira, 500 naira to come and leave you with an everlasting, a lifetime injury or a lifetime scar. Don't go they pretend. Oh. The other one is that I've said this many times. If you're participating in this, protect yourselves. Okay, you are not the ones that's going to bring the violence. They will bring the violence to you. 100% they will give you violence. They're already singing war songs. They have thugs, political thugs in the 36 states of Nigeria, 774 local government areas in Nigeria. The Nigerian criminal politicians have thugs everywhere. Do you know who you are dealing with? I can give you an idea. The most, sort of a number of thugs that they will likely be able to pull if they have to mobilize or activate all of their thugs across Nigeria against you. Unfortunately, not all of them will be responding in a way. So they will lose so much, and there are those that will respond. They can never match 1% of you if you actually really stand up. I'm saying this because I really want you to. If you don't, hey. And don't make a mistake, okay, of saying thiefnubu must go. Thiefnubu must go on the day one. Do not make that mistake. I'm saying this to those of you who are like influencers. Okay, those of you who have so much number of people, so many people following you on all platforms. We are currently watching those of you who are like, those big accounts. You are looking away right now. They do on a skits, they promote on a comedy and all those things, pretending that what is going on right now is none of yours. I know a lot of you are also probably going to be bidding your time. But please, when you begin to tell people what is going to happen, don't ask them to say thiefnubu must go right away. Ingo say go. But don't say go now. Okay? Just force their hand, and get rid of. If you can force them to take one action, you can force them to take 1 million or 100 actions. All it takes is that you have to do so coordinatedly. And to those of you who are going to possibly become superstar, because it's going to happen. There are those who became superstar of NSTARS, I remember. There are still those who are still, who are still having a good run. The social capital run on the NSAS, right? So all of that too is something you should know, okay? If a struggle, a revolution pops you up, just know that you owe everything to that same revolution. No suddenly become, say, you the leader of something. And they are calling the meeting of leaders. You will turn leaders. Because they will look for all of you, they will target all of you. And Dangote will call a meeting soon. A meeting of trying to appease you and say they are working on something. They are not working on anything. Currently, what they believe they are doing to revive Nigeria economy, which they are telling you to wait for, is that they are sharing rice and sharing food. That is the thiefnubu's economic recovery policy. Anything else, right? It's just your own imagination. Okay? Or you can force your hands. Yeah, you can. Get rid of all these ass sneakers. Did you see the labor minister? Of course, yes, of course. And she spoke for 4 minutes without saying anything. There are many like them in that place. Billions and billions of your money is being stolen. As at when available. So you have to get rid of them first. You have to get rid of all those duplicated parastatals agencies, all those committee, no, not just committee, all those board member, board chairman, board this, board that. I've seen thiefnubu appointed over 30,000 people. 30,000 people appointed. Political appointments in 1 year, and they are still appointing. And so they go do until, and these are people who are going to be drawing money. from your national treasury, which actually has no money anymore, right? So I'm going to leave my line open to take calls because I want to raise funds this evening. I don't know. I'm only, I'm going to count on those of you at the who are the regular donor of this platform. So I'm bringing a case to you. In the last 1 year, right, we have done something on this on this platform, which includes the promotion of the activities of the Yoruba Union. So I'll tell you a story quickly. There is this, concept of the people want things to be done, and the people who think they can get things done. Okay, this is it. A lot of us, especially on this platform, are so much in the know of almost everything that happens in that contraption every day. And most of the time, we are on this platform because we sort of want to see if something is happening in our own area too, because nobody is really spared, right? And, the consequences of the terrible leadership that we are dealing with. Our people have been subjected to something that seems to be like they can never be out of it. I am a Yoruba man, right? From the western part of the western region, part of Nigeria. We have history, a very rich history that Nigeria has done so much, right? Not only to undermine, compromise, they are doing everything to erase it. And the political, the supposed leadership of that region, my region, they are in bed with the ruiners of Nigeria. They are taking their part and playing their role. And we realize that if you feel like you want to save people, you would have to involve them. Nobody can be saved if they don't want to be saved. Or no one wanted to be saved if they don't feel like they need saving. We are watching how they are destroying our own ancestral indigenous lands. We are watching how they are using politics, right, to reshape and redraw what could have been our true identity as a people in that contraption. We are watching them destroy our education, when they destroy education, they destroyed our future. We had a promising future. In the first republic that's after the independence of Nigeria, that got truncated. And then we realized that if we want things to change, then we must be involved. And if we are involved, then the people must be involved. So if you want this enlightenment to actually really make a difference, then you have to get the people involved. 2 years ago, we started an organization, and it's called the Yoruba Union. Now, the Yoruba Union is an idea, call it Igbibomajekobaje. We want to get our people involved, okay, in the advocacy of the Yoruba self-rule, right? But we also want to domesticate it. Domesticating it means people need to know what this is all about. They also need to know what role do they need to play in effecting whatever we plan to do. And then we went out there to test run few of our ideas. And they came back great. Not just that they came back great, it also gave us a workable data. In fact, things are worse than we actually describe them. Whatever I show you on Mayegun's diary, political things are worse than that. So then we stopped. We said, you know what? I think we have an idea of what we are facing. What we face, those who are holding us down for Nigeria. People need to even understand that they are being held down. So yes, we have our portal where we decided that we're going to build a portal a portal where we can like use today's technology, advanced technology, to also advance our courses, which can accelerate the mobilization efforts, identifying with who can possibly identify with our ideals, our ideas, our ideologies and philosophies, something we can inculcate into people. Yeah? The Omoluabi that they used to call us the Yorubas, which has now been so desecrated and destroyed, where we now have land grabbers, drug dealers, we have the human traffickers, money launderers, unpatriotic elements representing the Yoruba people, while our people are left to continue to languish. So politics doesn't work for them, but there is something that can work for us, our number. And that's what the Yoruba Union is all about. In the space of 2 years, this union has succeeded in raising more than 20 million naira spent on helping over 15,000 people, including children in Yoruba land. We did, then we stopped. So the portal then was like, if we can get everybody together on the same place as members of the union, sign up from anywhere or any part of the world, sign your children up, let them read about Yoruba, let them know about the Yoruba people, let them meet other Yorubas in such a way whereby it is a community, right? And we have our leadership, the Yoruba Union leadership, who came together to contribute the first part of the money. So we contracted this out, and we are expecting the delivery of these projects by the end of this month. So I got the authority of coming out today to sort of put it before you, the Templars, the Friends of the Union, the Friends of Mayegun. I am raising a 2,000 pounds sterling in the next 4 days, and I need your help. I do. So while I leave it out there, okay, we can continue our charts when the line will be opened. But I'm coming back to raise fund, and I hope you help me. Thank you. I'll be back. So don't go anywhere. To those who probably want to leave, yeah, sure. If you because that's the program now. The next is going to be just people reacting to it, and on the side, I'm going to be announcing what I have gotten. I've got 5 days, and I need your help. I do. So, thank you.
La
Thank you so much. So that is me back. You see, there's something about when we are not so many, right? If you have something you've been keeping to yourself, you want to share. It doesn't even have to be what we have talked or kind of spoken about this evening. It could be just anything else that we've probably spoken about before, and you've not had a chance of calling in. So we are not so many tonight, and this could be your night, right? So on the other part, because I do not want to set up a fundraiser on the side, so we are using that PayPal. I know some people don't like using the PayPal. It is safe, but I understand. You see that link? You don't even have to have a PayPal. Okay, just click that link or even copy it to another browser, and I will be announcing where I have gotten in. So it's already open now. So I have a caller though. Yeah. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Mayego. How are you today?
I am very well. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. Thank you very much, my brother, man. This is the Besu from Nottingham.
I know. That's you.
I've always enjoyed your program. I was with you this afternoon, and it was so educating and so informative. I really love your program this afternoon.
Yes, sir. Please.
I'm going to comment on the what they call it, the 70,000 naira minimum wage, and Ndume nonsense, and the
upcoming
and the upcoming protest, right? That's 70K, right?
To sort of, it's not exonerating himself. It's like trying to say, you know what, guys, measure my punishment in case you don't touch me, because I'm trying to show to you down that I'm on your side, though. That's what I see, Baba.
To me, that's not. There are so many. Is more multifaceted. You know, there are so many dimensions to this behavior. Number one, you can attribute it to self-aggrandizement. You know, self-interest, because every time Ndume has criticized the government, right, it's about himself.
It's mostly for
not
himself.
Holding, not holding certain position, being disenfranchised from certain position. It's always been like that. How can your not getting access to the president, right, result to this kind of, tantamount abuse to your own party where you are a chief whip? It doesn't make sense. And all he's talking about is about having access to the president. If you listen to his speech very well, because he's not having access.
It's about access.
Yes,
it's not got access
to the kitchen cabinet. The same thing happened during Buhari administration as well. To him, he must have access to the kitchen cabinet. And when they deprive him, then you're in trouble. There are about this 70,000 minimum wage, right? You can tell that the APC, the Tinubu government, right, only agreed to that 70,000 naira minimum wage because of the upcoming revolution. Because if not for that, right, they will have just left it. They will have left it at that 62,000. I can bet you any money. Are you there?
I'm with you.
Yeah, if not for that revolution, upcoming revolution, right, they would have left it at 62,000. But to pacify themselves, right, they left it at 70,000. And those labor leaders, those are labor leaders, right? They're a disgrace. They're a disgrace to their profession. And I can tell you, the only labor leader we ever had in Nigeria, which is a true labor leader, is it Momo or Momadu? That's the first labor leader. Is it Momo? Is it Momo? I can't remember his surname. The guy died in Penny.
I think it's
Imodu. That's a true labor leader. The subsequent ones, Oshomole became a governor, became a politician. What was this guy, that textile man, vice president of labor? What's his name again? This Yoruba man. Alemu became an APC member, campaigning for Buhari and Tinubu. Now Ajero, give me some time, right?
He's going to probably join PDP himself.
He's going to probably join PDP. So all these guys, they are politicians. You know what I'm saying?
So you want to be governor of Imo State.
I'm telling you. Then Ndume, right? Let's check out Ndume. Zulum as a governor.
Yep.
You can attribute something to Zulum. You can attribute something to Zulum. What is done in the state. with the constituency vote, since Ndume is there in this government from onset, what has Ndume done in the constituency? Yeah, since 1989, there's no symbolic or landmark thing that Ndume can boast of in his constituency. All it comes about is talk about government and government. Tell us, can anybody point to what Ndume has done in his constituency?
Anything meaningful?
Yeah, nothing meaningful. So it's just about himself. You know what I'm saying? And the second thing I think about this protest, right?
His senatorial district covers Chibok as well, and that's what actually brought him to limelight that time.
Ndume was a Christian converted to a Muslim. Those are the conquered.
That Chibok area.
Yeah. Chibok, it's from Chibok area. It's from Chibok area. And 99% of the Chibok people, right, they are Christians. He's a Christian converted to a Muslim. That was why the Fulani Emirate tolerated him. You understand what I'm saying? And I think the third thing I'm gonna say about this Ndume ranting, right? There could be another underground northern agenda in the making.
I think so too. And they just have to start the fights. You get that? So they can drag it a while, and then they can leverage on it.
And we, the Southerners, we are underrating the power of the northern subjects. When they want to riot, it's not like those nonsense NSAS that they did in Lagos. If the northerners want to riot, it's always bloody.
It's always.
It's something you can't manage. It's something you can't manage.
Them smash everything. They know they do this. Yeah, you're right, Baba.
No. Yes, I'm saying that. So, and if it comes to that level, right? I bet you the military will take over. And nobody, no Western leader will blame the military because they will be afraid of influx of refugees from Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? So they will welcome the agenda of the military for taking over government at that time. So we should think about that as well. Then number three, my contribution tonight is going to be that protest. That protest is dead on arrival.
Right.
You see, revolution, right? You don't plan revolution. Revolution is an impromptu subject. It comes impromptu. It just happened. Look, the NSAS, right? You know the NSAS. What people don't know, right? The NSAS started in Ughelli. The NSAS, this NSAS protest, right, started in Ughelli in Niger Delta, where SAS officers were physically assaulting and shooting young Nigerians in 3rd October 2020 in Ughelli, Delta State. The hashtag NSAS began to trend on social media until the first major protest on 8th October 2020 in Lagos. So you see, revolution, right? You can't plan it. It is like when people look.
At the same time, you know something, sir, which I'm sorry to cut you, right? There's something I want us to also admit to, okay? After that Ughelli incident, right?
Yeah.
People actually planned the NSAS protest. I mean, I understand that an event sort of escalated it all. But from that day, from the 3rd, right, people actually planned it. If you remember, right, it started on social media. NSAS, we need to go to the streets. Boom. Two-Face said he was calling we're going to lead the protest on. You remember now?
And it's not that caution.
I don't think we have been like genuinely right to say things don't get planned.
You know, you can't plan.
We just wake up tomorrow, boom. But that's still not it.
No, you can't plan a protest, right? And give it that gap of
gap.
The gap is just too expensive. It's too expensive. How can you give you a gap of about 2 weeks or 3 weeks that we're going to protest on 29?
If I was about 5 days gap, but when Two-Face won't show up, that was why we moved it to Wednesday, the following day. In Abuja.
And that's what's happening now. How can you find a protest, right? You said it's on the 29th. Yeah. That just been stupid. You understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't make sense. And you see this protest, right? I'm going to tell you, right? When Very Dark Man is saying now they need a leader, somebody said they need a leader and all these things, right? Look, Tinubu is a strategist. That guy is a serious guy, man. Tinubu has spent money. Look, Tinubu is trying to sell Nigeria. Look, let me tell you. Do you know that what people don't know that the oil back loan that Nigeria took, right, from African Bank, right, was the African Bank didn't sell that loan, right? It was Sahara Oil and Owando that bought that loan from Nigeria, that gave Nigeria the money. And Owando Oil is owned by Wale Tinubu. Sahara Oil is owned by Tony Cole of River State. That guy that was contending for election in River State.
Yep.
So two guys borrowed Nigeria 3.something billion backed by our crude oil. That's what they're not telling us. This government is riddled with a lot of corruption.
Somebody not even fronts. Somebody assigned it to them, didn't they? I mean, you know.
Yes, now it's the protest, right? The demand doesn't make sense. The first demand for that protest should be that Nigeria Tinubu should employ 5 million youths, Agbado, Cassava, 5 million to go and fight Boko Haram. That's their first demand. They should get rid of all the terrorists surrounding Nigeria, the foreign terrorists around, and return the IDP people to their ancestral land. That should be their first demand. If they're not demanding that, right, they are demanding all that nonsense, right? It doesn't make sense. The first demand for that protest should be that Tinubu should keep his promise by employing 5 million youths and feed them with Agbado, Cassava.
It's going here. Anyway,
Michael, make I leave you, but I don't make my contribution.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn, and the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps. We create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor in the farm.
Hello there.
Hello, my good.
Hello, ma. How are you?
Oh, ṣàlàáfíà ni.
Báwo ni ṣàlàáfíà?
Ẹ kújọ́ mẹ́ta. A dúpẹ́ o, àlàáfíà. Mayegun, we've just been, keeping silent all these days, Everything that is happening. How for you? Akókó ń wò náà ní kọ́lọ́ ń ṣàánú. Yeah, but why I actually called is, I don't know if I'm the only one thinking this way. Ever since this protest of 18 started kicking out, people are talking about it. Some people are fond of like, that protest will not work. If they do it, it will do this, why? To me, it's like a negative vibe, like discouragement. I know that these children, they've done it before. They were afraid because of what happened, when they came out. That useless guy that you played his whatever yesterday that was saying, it was only 2 people that died. One, they hit his head with speaker. The other one, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí ìyẹn rọrùn wọ̀ o. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí ìyẹn rí o. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó rọrùn wọ̀. Jesus. Like Obosi lo microphone. Àbíbá mi ò mọ nǹkan tó ń lò tó fi ń purọ́ lójú korojú. Gbogbo nǹkan tá a rí bí báyìí ní 2020 October. Okay, àbáwá bá lọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
All because it felt like they took the glory from me. That it was one who has been promoting the NSAS. He's been the one bailing people out of out of police custody. But the moment the NSAS rally kicked off, right? That just created some new superstars, young people, younger people who handle things so perfectly well. He became so angry and jealous, he decided to just go and side with the police, side with the government. But man, 4 years later, he is still bitter. Man, that's like a God, the creator.
Yeah, wọ́n á dump ẹ̀, wọ́n ì tí ì lò tán, tó bá lò tán wọ́n máa dump ẹ̀. Àbọ̀ wá bá lọ rẹ̀, á mọ ibi tó wà, á máa wá lọ kó má wọrí. Á mọ̀ wọ́n dáadáa. Ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. I just want to say this. People should please, right? If we say we want revolution, we say we want Nigerian to be better, we say we want everybody to go on their own, it is something that will trigger it.
Something has to.
You understand? We have to start something. Now, if these children are saying, look at what happened in Kenya, we too, we must do it. Let me tell you the gospel truth. You see all those Agbadonians, all those our government talk Ndume is because whatever they are doing is not favoring him. So everybody's now coming out to say he's gonna it's all strategy. These people too, they are afraid. I'm telling you, they're afraid. If these children do not back down. So what I just want is just like, let's support them. Give them that positive vibe. They can do it. It's not a dead on arrival. What is dead on arrival? Yeah. We shouldn't say it that way, because if we continue like this, the truth is, you see these people, some of them, they are even telling themselves,
you get what I mean?
We are not afraid.
You remember what I said there yesterday when I said that even if some of us don't like how they are going about it,
yeah.
The thing is that they are doing something. They are doing something.
Yeah, that is it. And they're doing something.
Tinubu and his gang, right? Their job and their dream every day is to crush such, to make sure that they never rise. So if all of us are now sort of about mouthing everybody, crushing ourselves for him, are we not doing the work for him already? For free. Something that they pay people. They pay people to go and bring people down, bring group down.
Imagine.
But we are doing it for free for ourselves. Are we not doing the job in
ourselves?
So I think people should reason, though. Like, what do you have to do?
Please, they should reason. Because if we are saying it's dead on arrival, are we trying to tell them don't even bother, go inside? No. Let's try and encourage them. See, Mayego, this thing they call hunger. I don't know. I thank God that we are here. God, we are feeling it. If I tell you how many people I'm feeding, Mayego, you in fact, he got to a stage. Sometimes we'll be calling him. I don't want to pick up my call.
Now you develop phobia for phone call. Me, I have phobia for phone call. Now, my phone is ringing. Now, my phone has been in silence. It's been in silence now for about 6 years, man. Right? Now,
imagine.
You know something? Even when I actually look at the phone and it's ringing, I have phobia picking it. I don't know who is at the other end. Now, it's so bad. It is so bad that even people I know will be calling. Before I even pick it, I'm thinking about 1 million questions. Why is he calling me? Why didn't you just text? Why is she calling? I don't know. Why are you calling me?
My husband went to Nigeria, right? My husband went home. Yes, ma'am. Oh, just anybody more. He just went and came back.
And we are telling them that this is affecting everyone. They said that you are okay where you are. Why don't you just leave us alone? How?
Hey, nobody's, except if we are deceiving ourselves. We are okay in the sense that this country, right, is taking care of their own. We are enjoying from it. Now, people back home that are calling us, okay.
At all. A member of the family is having serious clinical, you are just going to be like, go call me. It's not possible.
Go call me? You can't do that. It's not possible. I had to call my family. I told them, I said, Sherry, school fees, house rent, see? School fees, house rent. I give them, I'm at the door, I need that bandit. I'm not paying me school fees because school fees in your mail, house rent in your mail, eh? Another thing, local government, whatever, chairman.
Nigeria is good.
Yeah.
Like, are you okay?
Àwọn àbúrò mi, àwọn ọmọ wọn, àbúrò mi pé ó ń pe mọ́mí sí mi wà níbí, ó ń pe mọ́mí mi ń jọ̀wọ́ pé mọ́mí ẹ ṣàánú gbà mọ́mí ní ẹ gbà mí ṣé mo wá ṣiṣẹ́ l'Amẹ́ríkà ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ náà la máa pè é. Mọ́mí gan ìgbà mi tó bá ń sọ fún mi gan, á dà pé àwọn náà fẹ́ máa ké, máa ní mọ́mí, mo ti gbọ́ máa pè wọ́n. But what am I trying to say? Please, let's encourage these people. It's not dead on arrival. It's not dead on arrival.
Even if they say it's dead on arrival, change them. It shouldn't be dead on arrival.
Change them. It shouldn't be dead on arrival. If it go be dead on arrival, make it be at them. Go where they think say.
So
yes, so.
Shouldn't be dead on arrival. I beg. Thank you so much. I have
oh my dear, thank you, Jare. God bless you as you do. Continue doing it. Yeah, take care. Okay, bye-bye.
So I have another caller, but I want to say a very quick, big thanks to these my two donors. See, that's something I get, right? I love crowdfunding. Okay, I'm raising £2,000, and I have to raise that in 5 days. Okay, so the member of my union, the Yoruba Union leadership, sometimes I actually feel sorry for them. Imagine you coming, because I've said it that when you join Yoruba Union, it's a voluntary organization. It's voluntary. So you're not coming in to gain anything. You won't make money. You will actually spend your money, right? So imagine being a member of a union, then you just have to spend about 600, 700 pounds in the space of 2-3 months, because we are raising funds to do some certain things instead of coming to the public. So we have a budget of 4,009 or so, 5,000 pounds for this our massive portal. We've already raised and paid 3,000 of that. We could tax ourselves again and raise that, but I was like, it's waiting to happen for this Nigeria and everywhere. Why not just try crowdfunding? So I want to say a big thank you to my two donors. Let me tell you this, I've already raised 140 pounds. See? Out of my 2,000. And before you know it, right, I could be really, really saving a lot. You could be helping. $10, $5, 20 pounds, 1,000, right? You can make it happen. I appreciate that too. I do not know if my donor would like their names mentioned. But yeah, I'll just keep it to myself for now. Thank you. Here is another caller. I bet that's a charm. Is that you?
It's the African Wahala. Hey, good afternoon, my brother.
It's like I look by the African Wahala.
I don't change my DP now. I'm fine, brother.
I got it all mixed, right? You didn't change your...
Yeah.
How are you this evening, the African Wahala?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. Thank you for your program. Thank you to the people that contributed to the Yoruba Union Summit and the entire program and the platform that we are building. We appreciate you.
And African Wahala is a member of the Yoruba Union, leadership. He can tell you how much we have squeezed from him in the last 4 months. I don't think you have ever done that with any group ever, have you?
Nah. You know, when it's unfortunate. Mayogo, it's unfortunate that it's hard to deal with our people. It's hard for us to come together and build something, put our money together. It's just generally hard because I've tried some things in the past and I wasn't successful. And I'm sure many other people have many stories, especially people that have traveled abroad. You know, we start comparing ourselves with all these other communities, the Indians, the Chinese. We see how they put their money together and get stuff done. But for us, it's almost impossible to get that done. So in this platform, at least on a microscopic level, we are able to change that narrative to an extent. So I appreciate the people at least.
Thank you so much. Anyway, there we go.
Yes. Yes, sir. So I wanted to first of all discredit Tinubu. He's not a strategist. Tinubu is trash. Okay. The only reason people call Tinubu a strategist is because number one, we have a cultural problem in that our society. We do have a cultural problem. What am I explaining? Now, you see people, you respect them because of their age, which is a good thing. It's decent. As a decent human being, you should give some respect to elderly people, people that have more experience in certain things. It's normal to give respect to them. But when these people have shown you that they don't care about you and they are greedy and they are evil, why are you still respecting them? You shouldn't. You try and train yourself from a psychological perspective to stop respecting these people. And this comes in two ways. Number one, we are calling Tinubu a strategist because Nigeria is a completely failed system. And crooks are able to take advantage of the failed system and the uneducated people to look like actual strategists, when in real life they are not. What has Tinubu ever done? This is like me coming out and telling you that, oh, Anini was a strategist, the armed robber. Anini was a strategist, Yeah, because he had guns and he would rob, he would steal millions of
banks. He walked straight into the bank.
Yeah.
Do you know how many powerful bank?
Do you know how many banks? Do you know how many babalawo he had? He used to walk through walls.
You know how the soldiers they run from him.
Yeah, they fear the guy. Even politicians used to respect him. He's a strategist. No, he's not. He's just a failed system. He's a product of a failed system. Tinubu is not a strategist. It's like telling me that Akpabiole is a strategist because he was supposed to be in prison. All of a sudden, he became the Senate president. This is a terrorist that is supposed to be in jail. But he somehow maneuvered his way to get into this position of Senate presidency. Now, people are calling him a strategist. Is he a strategist?
Distinguished senator. Or you say
So,
Shekau. Somebody is helping you here. Imagine saying Shekau is a strategist. He evaded Nigerian army so much that it was only the other terrorists that could kill him. So you could call him a strategist too.
Exactly. It's the same logic. Stop giving these guys, please stop giving these people any form of credence. These are terrorists.
Yeah.
See, Mayego, you said something that made me so happy. You said, and this is my mindset too. And that's part of the reasons why many of us love you. You said, during this revolution that we're about to start, hopefully it turns into a full revolution. Make sure that you arrest all the former leaders, all of them, anyone that is alive, arrest him. The ones that are dead, posthumously, arrest them.
Children, they will have something to give them.
Arrest all of them. From Gowon to which other one is alive, all of them have to go to jail. Then I can take you. If that actually happens, maybe for the first time in 4 years, I might have some hope about Nigeria. Maybe for the first time.
Well,
now, secondly,
that would be something worth giving it a second shot for if that happened.
Exactly. If that happens, maybe many of us can rekindle our hope. Secondly, I also want to talk about one other aspect of our culture as a people. You saw those women, obviously they are illiterate, they are striking the ground with sticks, praying to Jesus. People are cussing them out. All these people are dumb, they are stupid, they are idiots. Truly they are, I agree. They are all those words. But at the same time, they are also victims. You could have ended up being in those shoes. Some people that cussed them out.
Wow, that's
exactly.
That's deep.
Anybody could have been in that situation depending on your environment and how you were indoctrinated. So one of the reasons why in our society it's easy for us to fall into this path is because of our culture. We respect people too much. It's good to respect people. I need to keep reiterating this. Respect people. That's what decent human beings do. But you can't just respect someone because your culture demands you do. Don't do that. You become a fool at that moment. You become a tool to be used. And that's why many people that are educated, they become tools too. They have PhDs, they have all this shit. They still become tools. How can you be... See, the professors that rig elections for the terrorist politicians, They have more education than those criminals. But because they worship those terrorists, they worship them because of their money. That's all. It's just because they have money. That's why they worship them. For that reason, they became tools that are used. That's the same way a lot of these people worship all these fake pastors, all these evil imams. They worship them because they believe that these people have power over their spiritual life. And for that reason, they've become lazy. They are never innovative. The preachers tell them, oh, pray for a good future, pray for money to appear in your bank accounts. They believe. They now became stupid. So our culture is one of the problems, in all honesty. I'm not saying that I'm not trying to throw every single aspect of our culture into the garbage, but a huge part.
Some people took advantage of our own culture. You know, the way people take advantage of your, they can take advantage of your faith. You know what I mean? They know you are very godly.
Yes.
You are somebody who is so respectful, and they decided to start telling you, though, if we tell him that God says, or begin to talk to him in the word of God, you easily get to his heart, and then they take advantage of that. Well, I think that's stupid, because I wanted to say nobody would kind of take advantage of you without your consent, though, because the moment you know, it has to stop.
And that's why we need to train ourselves.
You know?
Mayego, you know, during NSAS, they said, oh, they went to go and break Oba, one useless Oba in Lagos, one garbage, one foolish Oba in Lagos. They said, oh, in fact, I think they started blaming Igbo. Wait, didn't they start blaming Igbos for that stuff? I think they did too, because they always do anyways.
Even despite all the videos that are available, till tomorrow they still say it. They
you know,
the Igbos say they want to push the Oba, and they will dethrone the Oba. When? Where?
That is a typical example of them taking advantage of the people's their love for their culture
and all that stuff. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a typical example. So people, please disassociate yourself from all this. Don't let anybody control you. Period. Point blank. Period. No. Say, listen, man. When you die, you are the only one that will die, and you are the only one that will meet your maker. Nobody else will be there. Don't let any other human being control you.
Tell them, the African Wala, in your life, sometimes try to be ungovernable.
Period.
Sometimes when you
be a good citizen, you know.
When you obey them all the time, they feel so much in control, and you lose control, and that's what has happened. So once in a while, you need to be ungovernable and tell them no.
Please.
No to that. Say, what? You never say no before. I say, yeah, I'm saying no now, and I mean it. Be ungovernable. Yeah. Tell them.
Please, my people, ask questions. You know, a lot of us are already enlightened to a large extent, but we still have room for improvement. Don't let anybody control you over any aspect of your life. Religious. Listen, if you want to be religious, go read the Bible and the Quran by yourself. If you want to follow your tradition, go do your own research by yourself. Nobody knows. All that word of mouth, oral traditions that is passed down to us, a lot of it is fake. Same way it applies to the traditional belief system that a lot of us have. Oh, I want to rescue my people, bro. At the end of the day, we're all the same. We're all human beings. If you want to rescue your people, you will fail because you can never rescue your people.
God bless you.
So thank you, my good general. Thank you so much, bro.
The African Wahala. Anyway, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Let me go say thank you to my donor as well. Nice one, man. So I have another caller. Or let me say thank you, because I'm using one medium to raise this fund, okay? And it is specifically for the Ibibo. So the two donors have been Sir Lawrence. Thank you so much. That's so generous of you. Okay. And as usual, Totu, you know the mission. Thank you. So these are the two people. And it be like say people don't come on their own. So they've only left us with 129 pounds, not even 140. So that's what we have in the bank. Oh no. I took a call and it just hung there. Sorry about that. So that's my last caller. I'll take another one. Hello.
Hello, Michael. Good evening.
Hello there, Charm. How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Very well.
Thank you for today's broadcast, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're doing really well. You're doing really well, honestly.
I'm multitasking, raising fund on the side as well, but you know.
I know, but I mean, what you're doing is very necessary, and
it is
and
the
I'm sure
hardest
people
part.
who are,
People want, people say people want people to listen. There are people who just want to be like, "Hey, everybody, stand up!" And you just see millions of people stood up, like, "Oh my God, I'm like, they heard me." All of us, yeah, let's march. And you see like millions of people say, "Yeah, let's go." That's what some people want.
Yeah.
Nobody really want to do the job. But we
yeah,
have
it's
to,
like
we need to pass on the ideology we want to see in people, the talking points. There should be a platform for that. That's what we're building
absolutely.
here.
Like I said, the work you're doing is very. I mean, whether you would see the fruits of your labor, I hope you do. I really hope you do. I hope that the hopes and aspirations of most of the people on this platform with regards to that particular geographical location, I think generally people want the people who are living there, our families and our friends, and everyone who is living there to actually to do well. At the end of the day. So I hope that's my own prayer that the hopes and aspirations of many of us who are here on this platform will be seen in our lifetime, basically, hopefully. I don't have too many things to add, but there's a caller that called in and talked about I think maybe the first caller, basically rubbishing or trying to minimize the efforts, I guess, of people who want to protest. And I like what the second caller said. Even if you don't have any faith in what they're doing, or you don't see any value to what they're doing, but don't exactly. You lose absolutely nothing in putting, especially putting it out, that kind of energy out there. That okay, maybe he has a point. Like, okay, don't plan it so like don't give them like 2 or 3 weeks in advance. But you never know, because sometimes some things you may plan a thing, but you can't really tell exactly what direction it's going to take, because again, this situation is so different from NSAS. I don't think during NSAS they didn't have this kind of hunger in the land. They didn't have this kind of day-to-day problems that we see that Nigerians have. Do you understand?
Terrorism was not so,
and the terror
exactly. They were there.
Those
strong.
They were there, but it's like all the ingredients for this to be something massive is just culminating at this point. So you never know what direction it's going to take. I just pray that at the end of the day, let's not lose too many people. But it's a protest, it's a revolution at the end of the day. But we just pray. At the end. But I think, for me, the point is,
we usually know. Nobody knows where it's going to end.
Nobody knows where it's going to end.
That's why they don't want it to happen at all.
Well, not wanting it to happen is like saying, let us carry on in our current situation. I know that, and that's not what we want either. So, instead of us again to put out that energy of, okay, Nigerians are not going to do anything, blah blah blah. Let's just put out that energy like, okay, let them do what they need to do, because at the end of the day, it benefits them, it benefits all of us. Because like you said, even now you're afraid of picking up your phone because you don't know what this other person on the other line wants, and then you don't know.
It's out here. If anybody is also suffering from that, now phobia we get to, sure you get.
Everyone.
If you are suffering from it, once your phone start ringing, I'm not talking about like having panic. No, not panic. Just like, no, I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
So, but having said that, right, he did make a point, and this, I think, one of the times I called, that was something actually that was on my mind, but I didn't mention it, was that the northern youth, I think they're the ones who want to protest, right?
Yeah.
And I think they raised a few. They're the ones who did it, but they raised a few points of the things that they wanted to achieve, but none of it talked about the terrorists, right? And so for me, I feel like at that point, I don't know whether to take them too seriously if you don't see that is one of the things that's actually affecting everyone, including themselves, in that country. So there's a point he made.
It actually does carry about the insecurity. In fact, it's feel like almost the top of it, not the hunger. It's almost the insecurity, the kidnappings, and all of that. They have different lists. Charm. I'm just picking them as I found them relevant. I've I've seen the
Okay,
list.
I mean,
Yeah, they have all of that. They even have the film and the canoe part of their list.
okay, I think for okay, I understand what you're saying, but I think for the North, I want them to call it out explicitly because again, it's one of those things that people are not comfortable about. Like, okay, is the people doing it? We know that they are mostly Muslims, right? And there's this thing about calling out your fellow Muslim brothers. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, if you're not able to, if you're not able to say,
you want to see more sort of commitment on their side that they are
on their own side, and everything, because exactly that they are actually opposed to these things, because you can't ask me to share one geographical entity with you where you see that your father, who is a Muslim, is doing something bad to me, and you're not going to say anything to him, right? Because he's a Muslim, and you expect me to be happy sharing that geographical entity with you. No, I will continue to push for my own separate state where I know that if somebody offends me, the law says that, okay, you can't do it, regardless of whether or not you're from the North or you're Muslim or whatever. Okay? So they didn't call that out. I feel like they need to say it so that we can believe it and that this is something that they're also interested in, because that also solves a lot of problems as well. So I don't know. I just want to encourage people, I guess, because there's not a lot to add. I mean, No. There's no point discouraging them. I think we should encourage them. We don't know how it's going to end. We don't know
nobody knows how it's going to end.
Exactly. When they start, we will likely see how it goes and everything. I think our hope is that it mirrors or even exceeds what the Kenyans have done, at the end of the day, and that they're actually able to catch a few of these people. Not even wait to catch maybe like the big senator. Start from the local government, because everywhere is corrupt. From your local government area, we don't, even if you can't catch the big fish, because I'm sure that there's some big fishes that people will be able to catch. But even from the local government, just show them that you're,
gather for your area, like, you have your own town, like, gather somewhere there, go to the local government in the area, yeah?
They all have all of this, and they're all visible. You know where they are. Gather in those places. Let them feel your dissatisfaction with the way things are going on. When you're able to conquer that one, go to the next one, so that they know that people are serious, at the end of the day. So anyway.
Thank you.
I don't know, but
you pass your.
I wish us all the best.
Words are very powerful, okay, and that's why I love the fact that we must continue to speak out, right? What you just said there, you may not have an idea. You probably have had maybe 2-3 people who heard that voice and they say, "Thank you," and that's all they needed to convince themselves to say, "I'm joining." So
I'm just gonna do it. Yeah.
So it's better we don't
My God. I mean, again, just well done to you for everything you're doing. I don't think I can do what you're doing, honestly. I mean, just watching you sometimes. I
never thought I would admit to myself. Seriously, I never thought. But
no.
Look at me.
I have to battle depression.
It's just that you haven't really, I won't feel like it, right?
No. Anyway, let me give other people a chance to call in. But people, let us put the right energy out there and just hope for the best, and just be positive. Thank you, my girl.
You too. Thanks so much. I have another caller, right? And this would be okay, wait, let me speak to this first. My link to that PayPal is still there in the comment. The ideal thing is for you to kind of just copy it. If you copy it, or even on your phone right now, you will see the PayPal link on the screen. You can also type it on your browser. Then I'm always going to be very grateful, right? But I'm counting on every one of us here that you help me close the number. You help me close the figure as soon as we can, right? I've got 5 days. This is the first night. But here is the Prince JJ Man.
Yeah, respect, Baba.
How are you today, Baba?
I'm fine.
Second time I'm speaking to you today again. So I must have really get you glued in front of that TV.
Yes, so Baba, you are then tonic.
Thank you.
We can't miss you every day. Please, my people, I want you all to share. Please continue to share until we get to the grassroots, especially now that our people are waking up to the reality. Okay. My good general, I want to thank you once more. I want to thank the last two speakers, Sham and African Wahala. You know, they really did justice to something I'm about to comment on. I was highly annoyed when the first, was it the second caller who was saying Tinubu is a master strategist. You know that is a trademark of the Runukus. You know, they always want to hype Tinubu, put him to where when he begin to fall, nothing will catch him. You know, we just fall like tortoise. Where you go, tortoise went to heaven.
Okay, you know, what do you call it? But fortunately for the man, he's not even a Ronuku. Or you can call him a one Nigerianist. He's somebody who still believe that maybe, you know.
Yeah. If he's not a Ronukus, maybe Ronukus
Ronuku no get liver. You don't even understand, Prince Jejeman. Any Ronuku that pick up a phone and call this platform is calling to confess. I've seen only two in my entire career. Only two Ronukus came back. Abubakus came here and say, "Oh, thank you so much, Mayegun, for delivering me." I don't get that kind of confidence.
Yeah. you know, Baba, this your program is a mirror.
I know.
You don't put a mirror before the dog.
I know the sugarcoat. I won't
if a dog
offend
you. Be ahead in front of the dog. They can back there from morning till night. You get what I mean?
So
if you speak, anybody that comes on this platform to speak, immediately, the mirror will begin to expose whatever thing you are trying to say.
Yeah.
Nobody
feel push smoke on top your eyes. Yeah. They take. I don't get patience at all. Yeah.
Yeah, darling. So, Baba, I want to encourage our people, the people that want to protest, be confident. If you look at the House of Assembly and the Senate, they are trembling. Then they shake. We will talk about where our people go understand. Then they shake. They don't begin to shit for pants. For Ndume to come
and threaten everybody now. They threaten everybody. Can you even imagine?
Baba then go back now. You understand? Only a tree go tell and say he go kill him. You know go move ground. You know go shake. You understand? Yeah, they go back now. A human being they be. But Nigerian people you are at advantage to protest.
A chance so.
Because the military are hungry, the police are hungry. Forget this one, they are parading doing show this thing in Lagos. Everybody they receive the heat. Nigeria is happening to everybody. Okay? So everything you see is just bragado show to see how they can calm down your or weaken your spirit. And mind you, many of them, as you see them on ground, that they're going to infiltrate the protest. So also they are infiltrating online, making sure that they are bringing, telling you that it's dead on arrival, the protest.
Yeah, people shouldn't say that at all.
Person that is telling you that it's dead on arrival, what is your own contribution to make it to make a change?
Make sure it's not dead
Nothing.
on arrival.
People that are trying to make effort, you say it's dead on arrival. Okay, so I want to encourage the people that want to protest. Everybody is suffering, both the Japa and non-Japa. Everybody are inside this pot of soup. Okay, so police will not come and tell you come and protest. They too, they are doing their job. They are under command.
You don't see them whether they sing a war song.
And I also say now show say that they Baba, police is not supposed to sing war song now. Police no be for peace.
I swear.
It's not to maintain peace. So if police singing war song, that means it's a sign of fear.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a sign of fear. Okay, so our people should hold their ground. You hold their ground. Come out. Is your right? Protest is your right. Okay, you can't die in silence. It's not done all over the world. Anywhere governments are killing their people the way they are being killed in Nigeria with hunger and the bad policy, bad governance. The people will come out. They will begin to protest until there is a change. Until there is a change.
Something has to give.
Yeah. See the strategy got to be this. Anywhere you are, even if it's in front of your or if your house, if you can gather up to 100 people there,
yes,
put tire in front of there,
light down.
Yes, light the tire.
Tell everybody say you are also in solidarity with the national protest for your own small area. Make video of it, send it online to encourage other people from other areas to do the same. That's why they be.
Thank you, Mayegu. If like your street, just cover your whole street. Not until you go to Marina. People that live in Marina, let them be doing in Marina. People in Shomolu, people in Kasina, come out in your areas. Begin to put them online. All the protests.
Somebody said the Ronukus are here. They are listening. See,
yes,
if you are a Ronuku listening, right? And you are afraid that the reason why you don't want protests is because they are going to come and destroy or burn property, because you will become the Lord protecting properties of local government have been no wahala, okay? What happened is this. It's also very good. You will need to join them, okay? What you will do is that instead of attacking people that want to face government, all of them should form chain and protect all businesses, shops, from vandalism, from vandals. That would be your contribution. If you go stop anybody from protesting, on my phone, just a simple advice.
Exactly. It's a very good advice. People who must protest. Is your right, Baba. Is your right, Mama, Papa, Pikin. Now you're right. Don't let anybody.
Let them threaten you. Because your life won't change. Listen, if you keep quiet and you say you are threatened, right? Fine.
Yes.
Your situation will get worse. Go and write it down. But by the time you now think you want to go and now protest, AB for don't kill you. You know if you get any strength anymore. Do it now. That they are scared.
Baba Shebi, you showed us video the other day. Akpabiole was calling the money that they brought to him to call in the house. He said billion, 900, 200, 800 and something billion. 800 and something, 200 and something billion. He said this one passed me. I don't
know this money is too much for me.
This money is too much for me. That is your money and my money. You don't feel call again. He's a perplexed. He's a follow the steal, but you see this kind of thief. Best way present for him. He's a weak.
You know, imagine, Baba. Imagine that they tell you, say, may you go stand up or face this criminal now. You say that they go kill you, they go kill you. You don't want to die. Now, hunger won't come finish you while you are on your dying bed about to die. You now can't feel like say, what a waste. If I don't use this body to even fight bad governance, see the old waste, the old body is now a waste, empty. You could just die like that. No use. Like imagine, what kind worthless death now, you don't know. You are like, then you are there, hunger won't finish you, about to die.
Coward, yes, now. Slavery and coward death. Now that's they call that one.
Let me take another one, Prince. Thank you so
much.
God
bless you, Baba.
God bless
Baba,
you.
God bless you. We appreciate you so much, Baba.
Thank you.
Take care, bye.
So I'll take another one, and then I'll take another. We still have about 20 minutes to go, though. So if you haven't been able to get through, keep trying. And then next caller. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mayagu.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Yeah, you know, Fine, our people are so funny, JJ Man, Charm, and Africa Wahala. They are putting my anger a little bit to rest, because that guy that said that Tinubu is a strategist, the way with confidence, full chest, Tinubu is the strategist because people still they move for Nigeria. Because if people would not get their head and everything intact, their mind intact, I don't see why all those cars, black cars, somebody will have 25 convoy, about 160 million into 25 with fuel on top, and people are hungry, walking out on the street, So by now, all of them could have been on top of the tree or maybe in Ghana somewhere running away. So Tinubu is not a strategist, he's a criminal. I said it in the morning. People need to, the only thing they will learn from white people, they don't need to learn anything. The only thing they will learn is compassion and empathy. That's the only thing they will learn from them. Because from what JJ Man said, I saw Akpabiole when he was calling that money. He couldn't say it because he's still in billion. Now he saw trillion. So it's for you to this is just to tell you that they don't even know the amount of money they have or they've stolen.
They probably don't. I think sometimes they will look at your bank account and be like, how much is this? They say, that's 820 and something billion naira. Is that billion? Is that million or billion? It's billion, sir. Is that my money? Say, yes, sir. That is exactly just two, sir. I think sometimes that's exactly what that with the level of money they are still.
That's it. Last time somebody just said he cannot steal it. He's tired of making money from petroleum. For somebody to open his mouth and said, I'm tired of making this money. Yeah. That means some of them, they don't know where the money they stole. They don't even know where they are. So I don't know what, but people are saying that this protest these guys are scared because this protest, it will be like if you're abroad now, there are some people, they always target wrong drivers to hit their cars so they can get insurance. But them, they don't know where the accident will take them. If they are the one going to die or going to break their legs and eat the insurance. So this protest, nobody know where it's going to go because many people are angry.
They hate it. They are worried about it. They don't know where something is going to end. They hate it.
Yeah.
It simply means they are not in control.
Now, then another thing I want to say a very big thank you to you. Then some of the Yoruba guys and all Hausa people and also Igbos, everybody. If you go to Twitter, Mayegu, you see that we are in deep shit. People are trying to put something in this protest, and when you look at their pictures, they are all young people. When people are telling you plan for your future, these guys, they are done. These people that are trying to defend these people in times of bringing problem into these protests that are going to come, and people are suffering. You go to Twitter, Mayegu, you will see the word there. You see what young people are writing. You will see what, and you see some Yoruba people also defending it. When they say Lagos, I don't know why they are calling Lagos, forgetting Abuja.
I don't.
Forgetting about other states. Nigeria have 36 states, and they are all their mind is in Lagos, as if that people are in Lagos are living like people in London.
They are calling for Lagos.
Yeah, I see people are in Lagos are buying bread cheaper, or maybe people differently. So I don't know what they see in this Lagos, because when you go to Lagos, people are walking, people are trekking. In Lagos, you will see corporate beggars. In Lagos, people are trekking. Lagos, you cannot go anywhere without taking transport. Now, people are trekking to some places now. The same thing happening in other states. So I don't know why they focus on this Lagos. Lagos is, I want to tell them that Lagos is just what it is today because just because of that seaport. When they remove that seaport and share it to where all the places there is water, Lagos there's nothing will be in Lagos. And when everybody in Lagos decide to go home during Christmas, Lagos is empty. Are they not seeing it? 25th December, Lagos will be empty. You can be in my 2 and talk to somebody in Orile,
and he will hear it. But after, when everybody comes back, they begin to say Lagos, Lagos, Lagos. Nobody is going to disturb this protest. Anything they like, let them try. But Nigeria is in a state of one matches. We put fire. Thank you, Mayegu.
Thank you so much, dear Emoji. Now, again, I want to say a big thank you to everyone still here with me. We are rounding up and we only have just about 10, 12 minutes to wrap this up tonight. I have another caller on the line, but I'm asking if you haven't really paid your own offering, right? Like in this broadcast, do it. We will soon wrap up. Round it up. Here is Julie. Hello. Oh, so sorry. I had this caller, right? Here is another failed connection. And that would be so painful. Imagine you've been calling and calling all night, and then you finally got through, only for the line to connect. Here is another. Hello.
I consider myself lucky.
You are, and me too. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. I think I want to say your platform is one of the smart places anybody could get their news from. I think we consider we consider ourselves to be very lucky to get a hook of you or to get a hold of you. I want to say something about
it. I don't know why it's difficult. Maybe because I allow people to speak too long.
It is busy. It is busy because before I could get a hold of you, it took me several calls.
I'm glad you did it.
Several calls. I want to say about the first guy that called. Look, I wouldn't blame that guy. That guy is actually talking from past experience. And look, if we forget history, we are bound to repeat the same thing that actually happened. Like I stated in the morning, it's not that people don't want this protest. If we have to put these guys to the guillotine, I'm ready to be that first person that will put their neck on it. Let's just part away with it. But we've had this same issue before where certain group of people were the only ones that came out for the to protest. And we saw what actually happened. So that aside, it's not that people don't want this protest, but you have to understand that we had experience and people are actually reacting based on what they've actually experienced in the past. I wouldn't blame that first guy.
It's sad, right? That sometimes people like that always they're always right. I just want to see that they are
and he made a point. He said you don't plan it. You don't plan protests. If you look at it now, let's look at the whole protest that has been carried out, not in Nigeria, across the world.
Right.
Look at George Floyd. You know what happened to George Floyd? It was just picture. Someone took video of what happened and they posted on internet and everything blew. The whites, the Asians, the Indians, everybody came out and protested.
That's right.
It was not planned. It was not staged. Look at Tunisia. Is it Tunisia or Morocco during the Arab Spring? There was a guy that bait himself. He said, things are too expensive. He bait himself with petrol and lit fire on himself. What happened? People took pictures, threw it on the internet, and what happened? Everybody galvanized and came out. So the guy is kind of, I'm not going to force my opinion on anybody. He kind of right that we cannot plan this thing. If you plan these guys too, they are almost like a step ahead of us because they know what is about to go down.
Yes.
So they are also cooking their own stuff and like, okay, what are we going to do just to make sure we are ahead of these people? So it's not like the guys. And secondly, he said something about Tinubu.
That's why I told people, I said, no, don't call him Ronukus. He's somebody I know very well. He's prominent here, right? And his takes, right? His takes can be very controversial, okay? But he's always coming from a different perspective to what.
Seriously, it came from what we've actually. I called yesterday, I called this morning, and I said I'm still going to double down that this protest. I'm not going to say it's not good, but I hope it turned out the way we want it to turn out. I'm not too optimistic. I'm not really too on it in such a way that I feel something might. But I really we want it to happen.
And you are not too skeptical as
well. Yeah, I'm just in between.
You sit on top.
If it happens, if it happens the way we really want it, of course, it might be a big, might be the beginning of what we.
You see, I told
you
you,
understand?
I said, you know what the likes of a charm, Prince JJ Man, the African Wala, and a few others are trying to say.
And the other lady,
that, you know, is that we may not even approve of how they want to do it, or the style around it, or what have you, right? Because individually, a lot of us probably have that reservation, okay, that you cannot give these guys this long rope and tell them to hang themselves when you know they can easily actually use the same long rope to fly and jump away and escape. You get what I mean? That is the issue of giving them time. But at the same time, some of us believe that something has to happen. What if they won? When these politicians just feel like, okay, once they come out and all of that, just shoot their gas and send them away and all of that. From the process, boom, boom, they don't kill 2 people. And from protest, it turned revolution. That's why we're going to drag people like you from the fence. I say, yeah, now join. You see, I mean, don't read you. But we believe that something has to spark something. That's why we are like,
you came up with a very, very good point. But let me add up to what you just said now.
Right.
Look, when the protest starts, this is what's going to happen. This is my own postulation. Maybe I'm being, I don't know.
Look at it. Call yourself a realist, and I take you on that. Okay,
you understand?
Look at that, and please be free, be real.
Michael, look at it again. Look at it again.
Yes.
What's the percentage of the northerners that in the military force or in the police force or military? We have about 70, if not more than 70% of them.
The majority.
If they roll out their army, in the south, roll out their army in the north, you think it's the same percentage of people they kill in the south is what they'll kill in the north?
No.
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, they'll kill 1 in the north and they'll kill 10,000 in the south. I guarantee you that is what is going to happen. And let me tell you, if they kill 1, kill 2, and we all say, Tinubu now, this time around, Tinubu will have to go. This is what's going to happen. They'll say, okay, state of emergency. They'll drive out the civilians. Said, okay, I think we're done with you guys. Bring in the military. Who's going to show up? The Northerners will show up. I don't know if I'm right.
Away in the middle of saying we are one Nigerian. Want somebody as the military president from the north,
what is the chances that somebody is not pushing the Northerners to come and push Tinubu out of the way? I am not saying this is what is happening, but me, I'm just sitting thinking. I'm a fool, I'm stupid, but I'm just sitting down thinking and saying, okay, what about if these crazy people, actually, this is the agenda they have? Because somebody called earlier and said, looks like the Northerners, they have something they are trying to push. I'm only postulating, we're not really sure. I'm only saying, if adventure, these guys actually have this plan, try to get Tinubu out of the way, have the military come in, chase out everybody, and say, and look at this, this is what they're going to do. They'll now align themselves with Russia. Not even with the West, align themselves with Russia. What's going to happen? We're screwed. Because Russia, there's no democracy in Russia. Who cares? If it's going to kill every one of you, as long as you can dance to our tune in Russia, don't worry, we'll supply all the weapons to take care of everybody in the South. I don't know if I'm making sense. I don't know if I'm saying something stupid.
I didn't even see that coming. But what I think
I don't know if I'm stupid.
You know what I think is that if any military showed up, I'm saying this because that's what I would be part of. Sure you get, because talking about them trying to push something that the South is going to enable them just to sure you get. And let's say a military now takes over and they say it's another Fulani from the north, or what do you call it? An Hausa or anybody from the north, right? Whether they go to Russia or they go to North Korea or that moment, Nigeria would have to possibly have a civil war in here. You know why I said that?
Maybe that's
you know what I said. Nigeria will probably have a civil war because announce another Fulani as president of Nigeria. No joke. No joke. I'm not. See, my change to something all of you have never seen before. This is
the next place. I'm thinking the next place. So I'm just.
So you go to something else. You sure you get, because take for instance, right? You are so right if that should play out in the end, because number one, people should know that if they are going to ask for the end of a government, it should be all of them. But then who goes in? Remember, I was saying something like that yesterday. I said, do they have any plan of what's going to happen? Or if this now turn out that we chase all of them, what's going to happen next? I don't think majority of us have thought about that. And you just drop a bombshell, something that
I don't know. I said that's the one moronic thing I do is just sit down and think, and it's like, what about if we come up this way? Another thing I won't even talk about. They talk
now. What's going to happen after? Like,
what's going to happen with everything I said? What about if it goes that way? What are we going to do?
Who's going to?
I don't have an idea.
Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, they must sit down and talk about it.
Accept so and so to just be declared this or that? We are not talking about that.
Because look at our neighbors. Look at Nigeria. Look at Burkina Faso. Look at all these countries. They were like, okay, let us copy these guys. Align ourselves with Russia. Align ourselves with Iran. Align ourselves with China. What would the West do? Don't do crap. Don't do a thing. Because look at it. Burkina Faso. Who's going to rescue them from what they got there? Of course, I like what they did. Look at Niger. Who is going to? You think Americans will go into that place when the Russians are there? They will not. They won't even make an attempt to even go there. So they say Tinubu is smart. Well, I've said it like about 3 months ago. He's the most dumbest. See, look. He said something about now statistics will go chop. He was making this stupid. Anyway, and look, now statistics will chop. Everything that happened, okay, we have a population of 200 million. I don't know if it's even true. Is it not statistics you will be able to, is it not statistics you use to know, okay, how many people do not have clean pipe-borne water? Which are the houses that don't have power supply? These things are statistics. Statistics is what they use to, this is what they use to plan this whole thing. Let me
go take my last one because of my time. You know what?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Nice one. Bye. God bless you. Stay safe, right? So I'll try this again, and I pray you are lucky because we only have just about 2 minutes to go. Julie, did you?
Okay. All right.
Oh, bless you. See, I thought I got you earlier, all right? But you just hung there like froze.
I don't know what happened.
I know it's network. It happens all the time. How are you this evening, ma'am?
I'm good.
It's been a long time. People have heard your voice on Mayegun's Diary Political. I don't know how long, but I can tell you it was last time I had this my premolar.
I know.
It's a long time.
Yes. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm surviving. Can't complain.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So I've been listening to the arguments going back and forth, and you'll be very surprised to hear my opinion. And my opinion is that I can totally understand where the Biafrans are coming from, because basically there hasn't been much empathy from other tribes for Igbo people in general. And I think that's a problem for all of us, because one of the things that's not right about Nigeria, amongst lots and lots of other things, is that we don't have enough empathy for people who aren't being processed correctly. So, for instance, you would expect more Nigerians to be up in arms about Nnamdi Kanu being locked up in jail for 3 years. But they're not. They're not up in arms about it. And I know that goes to how Nigeria was designed. So if you look at, for instance, the way protests go across in Africa, even in Kenya, you could have sat down with a clipboard and said, round about now, we're now 20 hours into the protest, this is going to happen, and you take it and it will happen. That's how it's always happened. I've been seeing lots of protests. I grew up in a university campus in Nigeria. I went to university in Nigeria, did my first degree in Nigeria. So I've been at the cold face of lots of protests, and I've seen how they've occurred. And I've seen how students would disappear after the protest, and their classmates don't even ask about them. They don't even, what's happened to this person? We've never seen this person. So there's that level, there's a lack of empathy and kindness that we have to each other, which doesn't help us, because it means that each person, we're not looking after ourselves the way we should. And that makes us weak. And that makes it very, very easy for us to be oppressed. So that's point one. Point two is that this is baked into colonialism. So if you go back, for instance, to Igbo land, if you look at the women, remember the women that were protesting against the taxes that Britain was levying on them, and they opened fire and they shot them, and they shot about 50 women. They were unarmed, singing and dancing, and they shot them. And this has been baked into our system. So the point is, with this protest coming up, there's going to be loss of life. There's going to be life-changing injuries. That's just the fact. So what do? Do we just basically sit and take it, and year on year? Yeah, if you look at, for instance, the civil rights movement in America, every single inch of concession they've had to fight for. So we're going to have to fight. At some point, we're just basically going to have to bell the cat. Okay? So yes, Nigeria is preparing for this big revolution, because that's what it looks like. It's growing in momentum. People are getting more and more interested in it. That's right. But each passing day. So my suggestion is, how about a concession to Biafra? Because let's be honest, Biafra has the Nnamdi Kanu's sit-at-home protest. It's been a success because Nigeria is completely rattled about it. And even if they have basically had Nnamdi Kanu in jail all this time, the truth of the matter, the movement's only got bigger. Now, Biafrans in the movement will disagree with me and say, oh, the movement might be a bit split. There are people on this side, or people on that side. But the way I see it, I think there are reasons to be careful, because even if you have people split on that side and people split on this side, as far as I'm concerned, Biafra is closer today than it was 3 years ago. So my point is, the sit-at-home protests work. Even Dr. Obadiah Malafia, he wanted to organize a nationwide one. Do you remember back in roundabout, it was sometime in 2021, after he issued these warnings about what was going on. Why don't we consider that as well? Why don't we consider, so even if we say to maybe people in the Southeast, why don't you sit at home on the days, because that will shut down commerce and the elites will feel that. Because at the moment, if you look at, for instance,
what the protest is intended to do as well, shut down the entire whole thing until they start listening.
Well, I appreciate that, but if you, the thing about the sit-at-home protests in the Southeast is that it's much harder for that basically it will be, they do this all the time. I've never seen a Nigerian protest that wasn't infiltrated by the government. They'll have the yobs or the goons will come into the protest and they'll say, oh, well, it's been infiltrated, so we're going to have to send in the army. So we know that's going to happen. We know that will happen. And the sit-at-home protests will save more lives. How about we think about that as well?
From their hands. Okay.
Yes. How about we think about that? Because that has an effect. That has crippled economic activity in the Southeast. And the elites are feeling that. They hate it. So why don't we do it on a nationwide scale? And then we can flush out.
Yeah.
It'll be massive. And then we'll know whether these northern youths will know whether they're serious or whether this is just another setup.
People would do anything, right? But currently, even the Southerners themselves, right? Currently, they are not making propositions. They want the North to start something, to show it.
Yeah, but the thing is, But Mike, you could totally understand that sentiment, because for years, they wouldn't lift a finger and do anything.
And that's why
they don't care. Southerners,
that's why a lot of people believe that probably this won't even happen. But
exactly,
they will believe that it will happen only if they actually have a general consensus of a thing concerning this, protest in northern Nigeria, that people sees it and say, okay, yeah, we can see it. Oh, that's massive. Oh, this one is there. Then others will respond. I think. But that's what it's never out of never out of order.
I think that would be a way, because if they said, okay, we're going to spearhead this thing, we'll be on the streets and the Federal Capital Territory or wherever, Kaduna, where it is they want to go, and then the rest of you be the backup singers, you sit at home. So we shut the whole country down. And then we see how it goes. Yes. Yeah, and then they get the support. And if they get the support, and then people see, no, actually, these Northern Gen Zers, these people are deadly serious, then we can, then where the revolution
take it up from there.
will go. it'll go from there.
Thank you. You see, there's something about where you have, grains of ideas, where you can take a lot from. That you could say, well, you know what? I could pull out a lot of ideas from my chest pockets, simply because I've got grains of it right there, stock, right? On this platform, a lot of people, we have a lot of audiences. I mean, a lot of people in the audience, right? And somehow, what I have noticed is that every time we kind of speak or talk on this platform, Julie, you are talking to somebody. You don't know that person, but now your voice comes on, the owner of that message, and the owners of that message, right? They probably have clipped it. You've said yours. And then
the point is, to be honest, I've been trying to talk to you for days. And as you know, I've been ringing the wrong number.
You see, I mean, if you had the right number, we would probably have spoken, maybe 2-3 times now in the last few days.
I know, but I mean, I nearly sent a super chat. And I thought, don't send a super chat because there's just so much.
I know.
Yes. So anyway, I know I don't want to keep you up forever. I know this has been a late one and that you didn't expect. But anyway, my 2 cents. So I'm really glad I got to speak to you. And thank you so much for everything you do. It's completely appreciated, even when we're quiet.
Thanks so much. Okay. You stay safe and you have a wonderful weekend. Okay.
I will do. And you. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye. Bye for now, guys.
That's Julie, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, and that's where we're going to draw the curtain this evening. Our time is like on the dot, 3 hours. Again tonight, let me say thank you. I received 2 donations. So let's consider that as my first night or our first night. Tomorrow I'm going to continue. And I hope I am able to actually really deliver what is expected of me with your help. If you come across this video later and you're wondering, what is he talking about? How can I support the Igbimo Majeko budget? Right? This is not you contributing to any summit or have you. No. This is you helping to crowdfund, the completion of the Yoruba Union portal, which will be launched next month. And I ask for your help in doing so. So if you wish to, I do not have any other link for it. It is just that PayPal. The link is in the description, it's in the comments. And when I see you tomorrow, I'll tell you more about it. And if I got anything overnight, sure, I will come back and tell us. Okay? Thanks so much for your time, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a great weekend and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.